Welcome to issue 3 of this season of Sentinel Comics, the role-playing game live, which we've decided to call...
That escalated quickly.
Yes. So it's been named in the meantime. So is that the name of the series that's going on?
That's the name of this series, yes.
Okay, good.
I believe so, yes.
That escalated quickly. That's good. So this is That Escalated Quickly, issue 3. So we're going to see
Which is a
who's going to
challenge
get...
as well
And,
as-
and thank
Right.
you, chat, for suggesting that.
We're going to see who can get a major twist in the first 5 minutes of this session.
Yes.
So that we can avoid as much
Thereby
story as possible.
dramatically rewriting.
The entire thing.
So
Yeah.
I did a thing this time where Adam and I were doing GM prep, and I'm like, I'm just going to not plan this. This whole first thing.
What did you talk about?
We planned a different. We made some stuff, but at the beginning thing we're like,
They
"Yeah,
just
it's
hung out
fine.
on
It'll
the
work out."
live stream.
Just made characters for
They
another
just
character.
chatted for an hour.
Here we go. We're going to make exactly
All right,
right.
he's made a crucial mistake. He's told us his plans, now to run things exactly like
Right.
logically and step by step.
Right.
What do you want us to do?
I don't know. So you can't mess it up. All right. So
Oh, but we can.
We'll find a way.
I'm thrilled to learn. Right. So who remembers what happened last time?
Okay, so
No.
No, go for it.
we
almost like he
went
wants to
off
get
to
team
Shen
leader.
Pharmaceuticals because we thought that was the next place that was going to get hit.
Mm-hmm.
And it turned out to be a party, and absolutely nothing went wrong, and
Yeah.
there were robots, and we were mistaken at the end. Until, of course, everything went wrong. The robots turned out to be sinister in nature. They were there to, we don't actually know off the top of our heads, kidnap Yan Lu, the head of Shen Pharmaceuticals. We are pretty sure that there's a biomolecule that can be used for antibiotic delivery or vaccinations, a biomimetic isotope is
Yes.
what you phrased it.
Right.
We think that's the goal of all this, but honestly, I'm not sure because someone seems to be supplying all these people with really high-tech stuff, and we're still not sure who that is. We managed to shut down their catering van full of dubious equipment.
Catering man.
Yes, catering van. But at that point, the true villain, at least for that issue, revealed himself.
Mr. Monopoly.
The monopolist.
The Monopoly
Top
Man.
hat, monocle, very different
who
thing.
was
We all get to
Guy
chill.
Fieri in
Yeah.
the Korean Guy Fieri, which,
Yes.
wow.
Make a game.
About
Monopoly.
Monopoly.
He didn't seem to know how to use his battle suit as well as perhaps would have been expected from a mastermind, so
Well, it was made out of nanomachines, wasn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, they came out of his glasses.
Best.
But with the aid of some incredibly useful security guards, we
Oh,
managed
boy.
to stop all the robots and take him down. And
Really good thing those security guards were there to save the day.
Yes,
Yeah.
I fully expect that
Actually.
in every occasion there will be more security guards
Yep.
just like that.
If we ever don't have security guards, our plans are
But
gone.
through our use of cunning disguises and K-pop infiltration
Yeah, those are good
and
disguises.
being adorable, we managed to deal with everything and wreck things in our usual fashion until
Yeah.
the floor was broken and also the ceiling, and everything was saved.
Yeah.
Nobody fell to their death.
That's true. That's very true.
Right.
Except maybe a robot?
Nothing went wrong in any other places in the world while you were doing this.
No, everything's fine.
well,
everyone's
there was-
totally isolated.
Honestly,
I mean, like, it wasn't our fault that it
having the
went wrong.
European Parliament become hostage of cyber terrorists, I'm not really sure that's not par for the course.
right.
So
So that might just be fine.
that's just the way things are.
Right.
Ecuador is being, or I'm sorry, Venezuela
Yeah.
is being currently taken over by terrorists who are going to blow up the rest of the world using missiles. Keep cities
Like
in the rest of the world.
splody terrorists versus cyber
Yeah,
terrorists.
and
Like,
honestly, like
I feel like one is
between
more
the choice
depressing.
of one or the other, we opted to not split the team.
we had warehouse work to do. It's
know,
almost
I
a
know.
good idea.
We decided not to split the team
He's using
and
that
go
team word
for.
again. I don't
Yeah, that was your
understand.
opportunity, but you know,
T.
that was your
It's like
opportunity
mean
to like
with the
jump
T?
in with support.
It's an
Anyway.
anagram for meat. No, it's an I in meat pie.
So we're going to go to Venezuela and try and stop these terrorists because honestly, cyber terrorists are not really our area of specialty.
Right, they're no big deal.
I mean, aside from shutting down computers in a 10-block radius, but still.
You know.
I have a rules question. We get to use
Yeah.
our collected trade to do a thing
Yes.
every session.
Correct.
Jody has something that she wants to use her collected trade for immediately. That's dumb, but it's important while we're doing this wrap
I
up.
have very real regrets about not tying those guys' shoes together.
Like, it doesn't have to change anything else in the story, but she's like, it needs to be canon that my character would have done this, and I chose not to do it because I was metagaming.
Yes. so you want to have tied their shoes together at the
Yes.
table. And then, trying to remember the exact sequence of events that happened there, they stood up, and then you two went down. That was before you went downstairs to the van, right?
So there was just like an awkward fumbling of like,
Right.
oh, my shoes are all tied together, and
Yeah.
like, they sit down and untie them.
But like after you leave, and they say, goodbye, kid, you were under the table, it's fine, go down, and then it pans back to them, and their shoes are tied together.
Yes.
And then there's
fall
like
over a little.
a trombone.
Yes.
Womp womp.
Yeah.
And that's it.
All right.
It was part of the band.
All right, you can use a collective trade. to do that.
Worth the wasted resource.
Yeah.
Worth it.
Appropriate.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh no, it just means we'll have to take more major twists to make things happen.
Oh no.
Nice. Good. Good.
can
So
use a
you
rare
are.
ability
You're now.
point.
Yeah. You've everything that you've said, like it's totally true, and you talked about it. And it's weird, you know, like where the technology is coming from, and this guy's suit and stuff like that. And there's kind of a little bit of trying to figure that out. You decided you're going to go with John England to Venezuela, and he's going to send you with a team, an elite team of United Nations commandos.
Security guards.
Security guard.
United
Regular
Nations-
old security
Right.
guards.
These are like United Nations security guards.
Oh.
So that means
How do they
that
feel about bubbles?
They
Not
just-
the character, the object.
They just took a marker and wrote
they can
elite
work
above
they can
the
work with it.
security
They can
work
make
with
it go.
anyone. They're
Work
used
with
to this.
anyone.
Got
They're
this.
going to go in. But here's the deal. Here's what they're going to do. You can't get into Venezuela right now. No planes can fly in there. There's all sorts of like anti-aircraft missiles and everything set up all along the border. The whole border fence, high security system. They can get you into Colombia. They're going to get you into Colombia and drive you over, set up a command center about 2 miles on the Colombian side of the border.
How do they feel about getting us close and having us just fly in bubbles?
They could potentially do that, yeah. So basically what they want to ask, they're going to land there and set up a little airstrip, set up a command center, that kind of thing, right down there. And then kind of up to you what you want to do. So
Okay.
if you want to do stuff on your way there, ask them any questions before you go there, or while you're there, or anything
Yeah.
like that. Or any like more higher up meta questions from last time or anything else before we get going.
I have a question for when we're in flight, but it's going to wait until we're in flight.
Excellent.
Oh, just how do we stay in flight?
Well, this didn't
Bubbles.
occur to me until the whole idea of going to Venezuela, so I'm not going to metagame it, but it's like, Carolyn had this very specific way of keeping me from breaking stuff while flying.
Yes.
I don't know as the UN people have that, so
We'll
we'll just have to see.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Well, since
It's probably okay.
that's terrifying, you want to
Miss
just
Hack
go
has
with
been
me to the
reviewing her
UN?
notes, like she's been
Yeah.
workshopping ideas for team
Right.
building. Like she's got a lot on her mind, and potentially making the plane fall out of the sky is not necessarily first and foremost.
But you can fix it.
yeah, exactly,
Just-
more or less,
Yes.
ish.
Okay, it might explode.
It's fine.
Eventually,
Probably.
at some point.
You know, if this episode
Probably.
doesn't start with something exploding, I feel like we're
Right,
not
I feel
officially
like
doing our
a
job.
I feel like a major twist would be
The
your plane is
explodes.
crashing.
Is there anything else before we get there?
Wait, we're just gonna have Paul start with everything
plane
going wrong,
explodes.
major twist.
Yeah. Do we have anything that we want to do
I just
before
have a
we
quick
get to?
clarification
I mean-
about what's going on with the UN stuff.
Yeah.
We wanted to clarify: is Parliament still running? It's just that they're constantly getting hacked into and losing, and like people are stealing information,
The
or are
European
they
Parliament, you mean?
active? Huh?
The European Parliament.
Yes, yeah. Or are they actively like under a situation of cyber terrorism where like?
Something like that, because
Okay.
they've lost contact with the city of Strasbourg.
Okay.
Yeah. So, who knows?
I still think
we-
I still think we made the right.
It's
choice.
unknowable.
Do they know where we're going once we get into Venezuela? Mm-hmm. And they
Yeah,
briefed
if
us
you
on
could
that?
just-
Yeah, yeah.
Details on
So that's a
electronic
good question.
fence.
So really
Yes,
near
please.
the border, there's a
Electronic
border
fence.
here, the whole electronic frontier, the guard towers, etc. But 10 miles inside the border, there is this rocket launching platform. So
Okay.
they're insisting that they're going to blow up all these cities in the world, to do something, launch a missile at, well, as they phrase it, launch a missile at these various cities. But the first city that they're targeting is Mexico City.
Okay.
And they want the Mexican government to give them certain military technology related to combating drugs and things like that. there's a esoteric list of like highly classified things that the Mexican military has designed for this purpose that they want. They're working on like blackmailing them out of this thing, and so they're basically like working on assembling some various stuff. But the United Nations is going to try to shut them down and stop them from launching the missile. Mexican government doesn't really want to negotiate with terrorists, so
Yeah.
yeah, they're going to see what they can do. Send you in with some commandos and see if they can make this happen.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. So you know where you're going is basically like a short mountain in the jungle that is about 10 miles inside the border from where you are. So, yeah.
Well, terrible.
Yeah. So getting past the border is tricky, but then once you get there, then you have to see what's there.
And that's pretty much the end of their intel for like.
Yeah, that's the
what's
end of their
going
intel. They don't have very
inside.
much. They know like basic topographic maps, stuff you can get from a satellite.
Yeah.
They know that there's this small
Or a
mountain
point of
that
contact or
has
anything
like
inside.
a missile launcher on it, stuff like that. But
like,
there's a lot of anti-aircraft defenses and stuff like that around there.
Are we like trying to infiltrate like a base in the mountain, or is it more like a camp outside the mountain? Like what kind of situation?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So it's basically a relatively small camp with, it seems like from the satellite imagery, there's not really much in the way of people there at all. And in fact, there were some villages nearby, but people just lived that now seem to be abandoned. So they must have whatever. So it's a very like isolated area. It's not like there's a military base. It's like there's basically no one there, but there is like shielded missile launcher tubes underground with their shield doors and their control things. And it seems like they've got basically like a platform in an area around there. They're having trouble getting they've looked into it with some like satellite things and high-level drones and stuff like that. Drones get shot down really fast, but it seems like there's some sort of like potentially like energy shielding or something around the actual site, so that that needs to be addressed. So it's hard to address it from just a airstrike type of situation.
Okay.
Yeah, very good questions.
Cool.
Yeah, that's very good. How do we want to get in?
My job's done. Have fun.
Tunneling.
Yeah,
No.
Probably not that.
None of us are good at that.
yeah.
I guess I'll use a guitar.
So before you get there, do you want to address being on an airplane?
Yeah. Now's the time because we might just
So
crash.
all I need
into
you to
there.
do, all I need you to do, right? You're on a military airplane flying across the Pacific. Just make
that's a
2
bad
overcomes,
Okay.
one for each side of the international date line, just to make sure you're able to kind of suppress and control your inherent emanations of technology destruction.
All right. Well, I've got the jury rigging, so that is definitely a technical challenge. Metal, and I'm gonna go with leadership because
Yeah.
currently she's thumbing through a dog-eared copy of like how to be an effective team leader, full of sticky notes.
Right.
Like
One
really
way
trying
is
to
don't blow up the plane that you're
don't
doing.
blow up the
Right.
plane. Yeah.
Superhero team leading for dummies.
So I can use my max die on this. Wow. Okay.
2, 2, and 3.
It begins. Oh no.
I would like to succeed with the major twist.
Well, that answers that question.
So how long did that one take?
Right. Yeah. First roll of the game.
First roll.
There we
10
are.
minutes.
Yeah.
And then, well, you could use
I
your
put a new
max
sticky
die.
note in the book.
That
Don't
is
blow
really
up the
fantastic.
plane.
So what happens is, as you're flying over the Pacific, and you're kind of going along, and right as you start to reach, kind of like over the Galapagos, starting to reach the coast of South America, somehow something with your powers makes something short out in the plane, and smoke starts coming out of the engines. So the pilot is like, something's happened, we're going down.
I can
I think
fix
it
this.
can land the plane. All right. So the plane is definitely going down just off the coast of Ecuador.
I like to think that like I fix that and then another thing breaks and then I fix that and then another thing
What do
breaks.
you do?
I'm not actually helping anything. I mean, I definitely want to start fixing it.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, it's the same basic thing.
Okay.
Okay.
And so it begins.
1.
I would like to
3 and
succeed
a
with the
4?
minor twist.
Okay. So
Are you reading the chapter like lead by example?
you
It's just
managed
twist,
to
twist, twist.
stabilize out the
This is kind of what I thought would happen, so it works.
engines, right? So you put out the fires and stuff like that and get like real good rudder control, but the plane is still like, you've got to land right now.
How far away
okay.
are we from where we want to be?
Oh, hundreds of miles.
Oh,
It's okay,
cool.
I'm pretty sure the
Yep.
engine's going to hold for a while.
So the pilot says that they
Yes,
can get you.
reasonably.
The pilot
hold-
says they can get you.
I don't want to metagame.
Yeah, down into Ecuador. Yeah.
That was the first roll before the international debate. Doesn't he have another one after the international
I
debate?
changed what I was just
okay.
being like, this is a good reason, this is why. I'm like, what? Of course, for roll of a game is a major twist. So this is what happens.
Sure.
Once again.
So I'm going to let you get.
Plan
I wanted to see if it
after
happened.
I'm going
Yeah,
to
it's
let
like,
you get to South America, and because of your fixing roll, I'm going to let you land safely in Ecuador.
Can you bubble the plane so that
South
it can
Coast
fly a
of
little
Costa
bit
Rica.
farther?
I can try.
We end in the Galapagos and just
Like
take a
maybe
vacation.
that'll give us enough lift to actually
So
keep
that
going
never-
forward.
Oh, you want to get a little bit farther along and kind of do that.
I mean, I can try.
Okay, this is going to be a tricky thing to do.
Yeah.
Describe exactly what you're doing to me.
So
Tell me the tale.
I think a better solution than encasing this whole thing that's smoking in a bubble
Yeah.
is to actually try to like give it a cushion of bubbles that is flying on
Okay.
top of.
Sure.
I'm going to turn this plane
Sure.
into a dirigible.
To try to like float it down. You're trying to get all the way several hundred
It's
miles
proven technology.
over
And
there.
I can use my
Proven
principle of
bubble
bubbles
technology.
to do this.
Okay.
And definitely I have use bubble die for that, and I'll
we all
use
get a hero point.
a science die for that. Yeah, we all get a hero
We're
point
gonna
for
get a hero
this.
point for this.
And I guess we're in.
Did everyone use your hero points from last time?
Yes.
Is it recorded as
And I
bonuses?
guess we're in a green zone, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, after this I will talk about it. Good point. Yeah.
We're in a green zone, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Our plane's crashing.
Oh,
I
Lord.
thought I should ask. And
I mean,
so
the plane's been fixed now.
yeah, that's true.
I mean, that sort of fixed.
Just a 4.
Fixed-ish.
So what does that mean?
Well, I was going to say, so what you're doing here, so 4 is succeed with a minor twist. You're going to
Yeah.
have to do 2 overcomes
Okay.
to do it, to like assemble all
Sure.
the bubbles. This is
Yeah.
complicated. You've
Sure.
got to first create the like first layer of bubble adhesion on the thing,
Sure.
and then the second layer of the major lift bubbles. Those are your 2
Two-part
things.
bubble mixture.
Right. So this is for the first one. You are going to succeed with a minor twist. Right.
Okay.
And
I sincerely hope the minor twist is something else goes wrong with the plane, so I have to fix it, and then something else can go wrong. Just have this change.
Right.
This is the entire scenario now.
Yeah. We don't even get to Venezuela. We just have to survive
the rest of the
plane.
session.
The rest of the campaign is us surviving in a jungle.
okay. Yeah. No. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Okay. You've got a minor twist.
worried about
Roll
it.
another.
That's
Great.
what you want
Yep.
the GM to
Oh,
say.
yeah,
Don't worry
totally.
about
And
it.
I'm gonna build the same pool, probably.
Yeah.
Picks up
Yeah.
your sheet, tears it in half.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
I'm worrying about it.
So that means 6. 6 is the.
Oh, you get to use your max.
I get to use my max because it's
Well, that's quite delightful.
Yeah.
So that's another succeed with a minor twist right there. That's what that is. So you're going to have 2 minor twists here. What's going on? So what
Yeah.
happens is you manage to do
And
it.
we get another hero point.
You get the plane basically stabilized, flying in, and you're going to be able to just make it to the airstrip you needed to make it to in Colombia. But as you do that, you get a warning over the speaker that there's a missile lock that's
no.
been shot at you from over in Venezuela, across the border. Seeing you come in with your bright pink bubbly plane.
Shouldn't have used the pink bubbles this time.
Does anyone have any particular?
I don't
Can you transmit it?
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm
Yeah, guys, it's not a thing that I'm good at.
no, but I can.
Oh yeah, please do.
Yeah.
I don't think this missile has ears for me to play a song at it.
So
But if you could, what song would it be?
I mean, if I really
Ring
stretched,
of
I
Fire.
might be able to blow up the missile prematurely. It would probably also blow up our plane.
Yeah.
So not ideal.
Okay.
What?
This is given a +1 from Sonbar.
Nice.
For what? Thank you. Who cares?
We're hoping for the best.
Oh, well,
Congratulations, the first roll of the
I
game
thought
was a
if there
major
was,
twist.
I thought it was a +1 like for a specific thing. Because sometimes they're like, the next time you punch
Plus
a
one
thing, or
optimism.
something like that.
There you go.
Not the reason they gave it out, but the like, this is not going to be a good session for rolls.
So tell me what you're doing. Tell me what you're doing over
So,
here, Concept
can
Artist.
I-
You know, what am I doing?
can I defend and boost you before you do this?
Sure. Can you?
Yeah, I mean,
I can
gee,
boost,
I don't even know.
boost you
Well,
at the cost of another minor twist.
Right.
But nah, probably not in our best interest.
I don't even know the best way to do that actually.
We gotta go quick. 'Cause I missed the
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I
can't.
think just
We'll have
do
it
what you're
Yeah,
gonna
go
do.
do your
Make it to the
thing.
plane. Just make a copy of the plane. Maybe this will go after that.
And you've got hero points from last session.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could make this a good one.
Make it a good plane, please. Make it an exact copy plane.
Oh, you
That
want a
also has a
plane?
big target on it.
Do you want a plane, not a catcher's mitt?
I mean, It really depends on what you
Either
do.
one. Yeah, you tell me what you're doing.
No, that's fine. Originally, I was gonna maybe make another plane for us to just go into, but instead we're
Wait,
in this nice
why?
cushy pink,
Our
pink
plane's fine.
bubble plane that's
We fixed
totally
it.
fine. So,
I think fix is a very
all
strong
question
word.
though,
Yeah.
the missile, how's it tracking us?
It's tracking you
it's just
with
gonna fall apart.
heat.
As it should.
Interesting.
It's going to be like wings fall off.
Because if I make an illusion of another plane, it's
Ka-chunk,
not, it
whole
won't
thing
necessarily
lands.
track that.
But if you
because
make it a
needs
tiny-
the
an illusion
heat
of a sun.
signature, that it would track.
If you make a real sun right
Yeah.
next to Earth,
Well, that's
it'll
my
be
theory.
fine.
I need something with more heat than our plane.
nothing could go wrong.
So make a plane that's actively on fire.
Yep.
I mean,
So-
you could make an illusion of a missile and shoot this missile with a missile. I think we're
What
going
could
about
go
this the
wrong
wrong way.
there?
Actually, succeed with a major twist.
All right. So
Now there's two missiles.
we're gonna make a happy little sun
Okay.
next to our plane.
All right. To like get the infrared tracking.
Right. It needs to
Right.
be hotter than our plane because you said this missile is using
But
heat
not hot
tracking.
enough to boil the oceans for us.
No,
We're solving the
Come on.
missile problem.
you
Then
asked
we'll
me.
solve the sun
Right.
problem.
You asked me to get rid of the missile, not global warming.
You're very limited thinking here, Matt.
One thing at a time.
If you get a giant ice cube,
See, if you read this book, it tells you to break down each problem into, step by step,
but-
step by step
macro,
chunks.
right.
This chunk
Manageable.
is get
Right.
rid of missile. Next chunk will be get rid of extra sun.
All right, solutions, that's
Bet.
a D10. Creativity,
to
that's a
possibly
D10.
imagine any of the last 5 sentences.
As
would have
team
been
leader,
said.
I heartily
I agree.
approve this
Like
course
ever
of
on the
action.
planet. Get rid of extra sun.
And I would like to use my. Yes, sure, why not? My +3 from my hero points for words.
Yeah.
Okay.
Please make a really good sun. If you make a bad sun,
Because I
this is dead.
really.
I like to think that if
Yes,
it's
to
a
not
bad
blow
sun,
up
it's
right
like
now.
a frowny little sun.
Yeah, it's
Every
just really
time-
sad. It's
Every
like
time
the
we make a
Teletubbies.
roll where wishing with a real, oh my god.
Well, it's a good thing.
You can use your max.
Use the +3. You can use your
It's-
max.
So what if I use Happy Little Trees as a reaction after a dice pool is rolled, adjust one die up or down one value,
Yeah.
so that I can use because I'm using my mid, right?
Yeah.
What are you?
This is just an overcomer.
Yeah, so I can make
Just
that a
regular
4 with the +3.
Oh.
instead of 7.
Yes,
That's
and
what we
then
want.
you just succeed.
Yes.
And the sun works.
With a minor twist.
No, no.
It's
Well-
a 7 is still succeed with a minor.
Oh, happy little trees.
I used Happy Little Trees as my reaction so that I could
Right,
bump
okay,
that
so
up
it's a
one.
success with a minor twist.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
absolutely. So the sun comes in there and it manages to divert the missile, so the missile crashes into the sun and explodes.
Sun 2.
The sun too. Electric, whatever.
Sun as well.
So
Yeah, no, I can't ever hear number 2 and without offending electric boogaloo.
Right.
Right, exactly. That's the trouble. But the explosion there
Solar
rocks the
Googling,
plane a
thank
little
you
bit.
very
So
much.
Thank you.
it rocks the plane a little bit and pops a chunk of the bubbles and damages it a bit more. So the pilot's able to land the plane, but the plane is pretty much toast.
Okay, I
For
didn't
now.
break the
We were
roof
gonna-
of the
Yeah.
plane, and I didn't break the floor
Right.
of the plane. I feel like I'm on a roll
We weren't gonna
here.
fly this plane out of here,
Here,
were
we're good
we?
at this game.
Right, yeah. Right. So that's what happens. So now
We just need
you're
to get here,
We
right?
got to the place.
now that you're at the place where I assumed we were going to start this session.
Check.
Good job. I'm going to explain how bits work on the chat. So if you're watching over at Twitch, you can see down in the lower left-hand corner, there is a chart that explains that if you cheer using the Twitch UI, you can cheer 100 and give someone a +1, as Sanvar did to Braithwaite over here. So Mishap now has a +1 from Sanvar that can be
Optimism.
used at the discretion of the player. And so if you want to provide those, 100 gets you +1, 200 gives you +2, 300 gives you +3, and 400 gives you +4. And you can do that and assign it to any player, or if you're super extra cool, you can give it to me, and then I'll do totally sweet things with it.
That's,
Yeah.
like, honestly, I'm fine with it.
So that
We
was
are
not.
our own worst
I
enemy.
feel like
Every
break
time he
the
throws a
session
thing for
enough.
us to like fight, we're like, oh, we got this. But the moment he's like, solve a really minor problem, like, don't break a thing, we're like, let's crash into the earth. Let's make another sun.
Yeah, I think that's an accurate description of
It
how
was
this
really
entire
beautiful
team works.
sun. It was very Van Gogh,
I
like
like how
Starry
this is-
Night, but a sun instead.
I like how this is just the title credits for this
Starry
issue.
Night.
Right. This was the cold open.
Yeah.
Like, before the first commercial break. Right.
So that escalated quickly.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So here you are
Explain
in Colombia with a burning airplane.
Let's get all the stuff out of it like as soon as we can, because burning
I
airplane.
feel like going in by air is going to be harder now. Like it was hard before. Now it's not really an option.
I mean, I could
So wait,
fly.
We get some bolt
Now
cutters.
how
We
far
just
are we
cut through
from
the
where we
fence.
need
So you're a few miles from the border. Once you get
Okay.
through the border, you got about a 10-mile journey through the jungle to get to the
A quick jaunt.
yeah. And there's a dozen UN commandos all under your command, so you can
Oh.
you can station them where you want, tell
What
them
are
what to
they
do,
good
split them up. They're good at they've got
Shooting things.
yeah they got good stealth skills.
So what was their plan for
Good shooting
getting us
stuff.
across the border? We were just gonna walk across.
It's up to you.
or
You're-
they have
you're in charge.
equipment, Or we're in, that's terrifying.
See, this was their mistake.
Why?
They left us in charge.
Why did they do this?
You said there's like a border fence. or
Yeah.
wall
So
or something?
do you want to go get a little bit more
Yeah, I
information
want
about
to
that?
let's get
know.
some
I want to
intel
know
on
what we're
that.
actually up against.
Like
Yeah,
a
absolutely.
trampoline, and then just we'll bounce on that
Yeah.
end, and we'll wind
we
up on
need
a
a-
trampoline on the other side.
We need a list of our assets. I'm really hoping one of them is a K-pop band because it's worked before.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
right. Quick,
No.
quick, call up MC2J.
Like, as soon as we land, the 30 schoolgirls run away because we almost murdered them with a missile and a sun.
Right, so
And
this
a
whole
plane.
area, this whole base has been set up for a while. The UN commander here in charge is named Luke Wales, and he's giving you.
Really?
Let's see. He's got the commandos there. He's gonna transfer them over to you, but he runs the airstrip and the various things. He's gonna stay here, but they've got a lot of
Wise move.
intelligence that they've gathered and stuff like that. Well, there's two other guys that are gonna stay with him, so they're gonna kind of guard this little base they've set up in the wilderness. But what it looks like as you approach is through the jungle. They've basically cut a big swath through the jungle that's like 100 feet wide, basically, big swath through the jungle. And in there they've put 2 layers of fencing, like barbed wire fencing, and there's guard towers within sight distance of each other all the way along it, right? And they've got machine guns and various other stuff. There's also various like laser and heat sensors that go across it and stuff like that. Back a little ways beyond the fence, there's anti-aircraft batteries and the like. So, and there's a few gates that go through, like you're kind of nearish where a road comes up and goes through multiple checkpoints kind of to get in.
Okay.
If you were to get in.
So we might be able to snuggle. We're going to snuggle ourselves in. We're going to smuggle ourselves in. But it'll be cozy. We'll get some quilts. It'll be fine. Or we could just run headlong into the fence like we're probably going to wind up doing and then just fight everything.
No. I really like the idea of having a plan that then goes wrong. Like,
okay.
we have to have a
Oh,
plan
this is gonna
first.
go really well then.
We could tunnel,
You're really gonna
but
enjoy
that
this.
will take forever.
Having a plan that goes wrong is part of our plan. That's very important.
How high does a thing need to be for them for the anti-aircraft battery to care
it's
about
pretty
us?
good, but there is definitely
There's like a dead zone.
there's definitely a bit of a dead zone above the
Right.
fence, like theoretically, if you had a
What
catapult.
kind
or-
of fence is it?
Oh, it is
Sorry, Shay.
so there's 2 layers of fencing, right? The first
exactly what
one
I was thinking.
is just like a razor wire fence, right?
Okay. yeah.
Right. And the second layer of it is reinforced concrete with then like razor wire on top. So it's like
I mean,
And it's kind of a-
I
a
can get
no
us
zone
through
between.
that.
Oh yeah.
I just rust the wire, and then it'll take a little bit of time, but I can crumble the brick. It's just a matter of
Like-
what else I break along the way.
We could just fly over a fence.
The problem is we're going to get shot at. We don't want to be
Yes.
seen, and
That's
we probably
my fear,
don't
is that
want
anything
like.
we do to tamper with these fences is going to draw attention to us.
I mean,
instead.
and once we get through the fences, there's the heat sensors and lasers and things like that. So like, there's
the
other
heat
security.
sensors and lasers are at the fence line. Or
yeah,
is
they're at the
there-
fence line, and then there's various guard towers that are around there. And the guards that are there, they just seem like totally normal people. They're not even like rocket commandos or whatever like you faced before. They're just
They're not like rocket doctors.
right.
Right.
They're just like people wearing a shirt and a hat
Rocket
with a
surgeons.
machine gun.
With a machine gun.
Yeah, they're just regular folk with a machine gun.
All right. So our bluffing options are very limited.
Oh, incredibly limited, and that will require me to talk to a person, which is like not great. No, it's actually I'm pretty good.
I think that stealth is probably our best bet. Like, wait until dark, float over.
Like we could probably just try to super quietly float over but like none of us are particularly good at stealth.
Yeah, that's why I
Like
said
the
try.
commandos are fine. We can get them over.
That's
And
why
then
I said
we can lock the
try.
door.
Commandos in.
We just send the
We'll
commandos
just hang
in.
out outside.
We'll
So-
distract everyone in the entire country on this side of the border while the commandos go do the mission. Perfect.
Oh, this is very important. I need to borrow some camo paint so I can give Scavenger Bot like a camo paint job.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, they've got a bunch of it in
Well, the
town. They
plane
just set up
had
a whole
enough
impromptu.
camo parts on it that
There we go.
they're not using now.
I'll
'cause
use
it's-
plane wreckage
Right.
to, you know,
And they have
build it
there's
back up a
a
bit.
ton of camo paint plus a lot of light blue paint because it's the UN.
I'll use the camo paint.
Right, right.
white hats.
So we want to sneak over
They're
at
helmets. They're not hats, Jen.
I think so.
Yeah, do we want to try to do that, or do we want to try to, like, I'm assuming that there's some sort of supply trucks and things going
There are,
across
totally.
the border.
Yeah.
Like, we could try to,
night. I mean, I can just craft us a supply truck to go through the front door.
right, we probably need some sort of credentials or whatever.
Yeah, you probably have like a
Speak
list
the
of
language,
what trucks
probably
you're
would
supposed to
help.
go through.
'Cause I don't think any of us do.
I could craft a. I don't know that I can get that far.
You could craft some credentials.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, I can make credentials. I could even make a person to drive the truck, but I don't know that I can go as far as like I don't know the language, so I can't exactly make this person speak the language.
Sure.
Could we put one?
What
of
language
the
do they speak?
UN. I mean, actually,
You
that's a
just put
really
up-
good question. Are they multilingual? Like, can we just walk in speaking English?
I don't know. I haven't talked to
understand?
them.
Do any of the UN soldiers
That's what I'm wondering.
know and speak the language?
Yeah, so there's a bunch of them know Spanish, which is what most people around here speak.
Right.
But we don't know this terrorist group.
Right.
Because they're
The thing
not
is,
Venezuela.
all we really need to do is bluff our way past the wall, because that's the major point of contention here. Like after that, it's much more of our area of expertise.
Yeah, trudging through a jungle.
So-
Yeah.
That's exactly
Yeah,
how
it
I
seems-
heard.
I was going to say messing things up.
All right.
Also true.
From the perspective of the UN,
Yeah.
it seems like the people that are actually the guards there are
Yeah.
just local people.
Okay.
Like on the
So-
Venezuelan side.
Got
The people that are going in and out on trucks are not necessarily. Sometimes they are and sometimes they are not. And it varies very widely.
So we can
Honest?
have one of the UN people drive the truck.
Yeah, and have excellent credentials, thanks to you.
Right.
And
I'm
I
not
can
against
even
this.
craft us
I
a
th- I
truck.
think it'll work
I
really
think that,
well.
and like, plan B is run away from that, float over a fence. Like,
yeah,
Right.
or just float over a fence and hope that bubbles are bulletproof. Both the character and the object.
Yeah,
Both of them, yes,
I'm,
please.
I'm usually hoping that.
Yeah. I think that's our best way in.
I think,
I think
yeah.
so.
I think that's reasonable.
All right. So describe for me this sequence of events.
Are we taking a truck or are you making a truck?
So yeah, I wanted to clarify. So the people we're down on the ground with, they don't have any like transportation. They've got no plan other than what we come up with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. I
No,
am
but they might be
making
able to
a
get
truck.
us like some
we
pictures
can-
of
Right, of
trucks.
course.
Like they've
Yeah,
been
yeah, yeah.
observing.
I mean,
these.
you
Right,
could,
but that's
you
what I
could
mean,
sit
like-
in the jungle on a hill and watch trucks go past
Yeah.
and paint them.
We can
That's
also
what I'm
just
saying.
steal
It's-
one of those
it's
trucks.
not like can we? Can we?
I think it's actually better for us to make one.
I think
Okay.
we should just paint one.
Sure.
Okay, we could steal a truck. What else
Again,
happened
can we?
involved with that is not really
Yeah.
Hero
stealthy
world.
or good.
So let's paint a truck,
Okay.
Good.
and we're gonna have
all a
one
matter of
of
perspective.
the
No, that's not how this
UN
works.
commandos that came with us
Yeah.
drive it.
Perfect.
And
Well-
I feel like it's okay if he
No, it isn't.
uses Spanish as his first language, and then if he has to flip to English, it's okay because, like you said, there are various people that go
Benefit
through,
of it being
and
an
that wouldn't
illusory
trigger
truck
anybody.
is that you can't
So I need
break
to make a
it.
truck
Yeah,
with
there you go.
credentials.
Right. Where is everyone going to ride during this plan? I mean, you can make the truck and the credentials first and then tell me.
I assume we're all just going to kind of ride in the back of the
I
truck.
think we should ride in the back, and I think there should be like a lot of supplies and a lot of junk.
Yeah.
Like this looks like
Right.
maybe
So
a salvage truck.
So it's
When
a
I-
big truck with a lot of supplies and junk to hide you all behind.
right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Like-
so like if they go and they're like, "Oh, we need to search your truck," and they like, I assume it's just
We
a
all
regular
hide
truck.
in a
They pop
bubble
open
under
the
a
back,
pile of scrap.
and
Perfect.
you'll see like
Could do that.
when it opens up, the illusion is that they just see like piles of maybe like equipment and technology and whatnot that
Plane
they might need
wreckage.
inside.
Yeah, I like that. Plane wreckage is really.
I feel like this.
And honestly,
enemy
we can
plane just
load
went
it full of
down.
plane wreckage.
Yeah, you just want to actually
Also-
load it full
Yeah,
of plane
I think that's a
wreckage?
good
We
call.
have a bunch of plane wreckage.
Cool.
Let's use it to our
All
advantage.
right, never mind. I just need
We're
to
up
make a
to
truck.
here
Nice.
with plane
Right.
wreckage.
We just happen to
Plane
have
wreckage
some
on the
spare
back,
plane
right.
wreckage.
Perfect. So you
I
can
like how
credentials and a
that
truck.
was now part of the plan all along.
Yeah.
This is playing to our strengths.
See? There's no I in team, but there's
So
no
the first thing we need to
me.
do is generate some plane wreckage.
Done.
Step 3 of the plan is to
That's the
screw up at
easy
step
part.
1.
Right. All right. So,
All right, what are you making first? And tell me about your die pool.
So I'm going to start with the truck because without the truck, we don't really need the credentials.
That's true.
So I'm going to go with the truck. We've been hanging out. We've got a good vantage point. We can see the trucks going in and out. Plus, like we said, they've got pictures of surveillance and everything else. So I can see every angle of this truck and how it needs to be so that I can draw a completely 3D image of a truck.
Yeah.
So I will use my creativity and my illusions to do so.
Yeah.
And I'm green, I assume.
Yeah. Perfect.
We'll see how this goes.
So this truck here, you got a 2.
Good.
So you
Yep.
can, in making the truck, succeed with a major twist. Or you
So-
can fail to make a truck.
What are your principles that allow you to use your max die? Just so we know for the future.
Principle of Great Power, overcome a situation using one of your highest rated powers and use your max die. You and each of your allies gain a point, obviously. And Principle of Mastery, overcome a challenge that someone else younger already tried and failed.
Okay.
Great power.
So I guess I could have used Principle of Great Power, but, you know, hey.
We should.
I mean, I don't think we should retcon it. I think you should succeed with a major twist.
I mean,
Yeah, no, I think that's more
I
interesting.
yeah, I feel like that's where we're at with this one.
Okay.
Because I can't even happy little trees that into being anything.
Yeah, absolutely. So you totally make like a military truck.
Yep.
That's exactly the way you want it.
Handed
It's perfect
piece.
and great, except that, yeah, it is. It has like a bunch of like swirly pink and puce paisley colorations on it. It looks like a hippie truck. Like it was like spray painted in this very kind of
bad.
tie-dye
That's
kind of
true.
way.
My truck.
Right. So it's not camo at all. It is like, it looks like it's very hippie camo,
Yeah.
like pink and
I took creative
paisley and
license
right.
with what these
Just
trucks
flowers.
should look like.
Flowers
Yeah.
on it.
You know that's not how
Make love, not
camouflage
war.
works,
Oops.
right?
It all depends on what planet you're on.
Right.
You, of all people, should know this. So.
You said make a truck.
Listen, I'm not upset at all. Do we even bother with credentials at this point? I think we still use the truck.
I think we still. I think the
just go
plan
through-
moves forward. We just adapt our plan to meet changing circumstances.
All right. I can drive this truck and possibly persuade people.
The failure of one part of the
When it
plan.
was, we stick a guy in there that knows the language, I'm just gonna be like, no, it's just English, and I'm just gonna play this real Cheech and Chong, and then just roll through here, and like maybe it'll work. Or
called in
we fight some guys
entertainment.
we were gonna fight anyway. It's fine.
Maybe they love music. Maybe they
Right.
love bribes. Maybe there's just a lot of things that we
Actually,
can do to help ourselves.
I want somebody else
Maybe they like
driving
wreckage.
so that I can be playing guitar.
I'll do it.
No,
Yes. Let the 10-year-old drive the truck. That's
I mean-
not suspicious.
it's actually kind of fine. Like, is it any more suspicious?
No, you're right. Just
Like-
lean into it.
Good.
Let's go hard.
Does
Hey,
anyone have-
team leader, you got anything to say about this?
I would
anyone have a phone
prefer
book?
not to do that.
Oh, now you don't want to be a team leader, I see.
No, that's what I said as team
No.
leader. Is I would prefer not to do
Team
that.
leader, not team player.
Oh,
Hey,
you're right.
hey. I'm perfectly willing
That
to
was
drive.
real.
It's an illusionary
That
truck.
day was real.
It's an illusionary
Out of
truck.
character.
I don't know how to drive, but I'm perfectly willing to do it. That's how on board I am.
I, on the other hand, have driven before.
Yes, exactly.
All right, so the 10-year-old is driving the paisley and
How are you going to
flowered
see out and also reach the
powered
pedal?
truck.
That's a good question.
Bubbles.
Bubbles,
yeah.
yeah.
Could
Yeah,
you-
that's probably the
Shine on a
answer.
Bubble booster seat.
Yeah.
With bubbles attached to it.
You don't
to
want
his
you
feet.
don't want to
All
go
right.
illusory some phone books.
You can make bubble boosters.
Okay, I'm going to.
I'm good.
We try and
No need to roll.
since we're transporting plane wreckage, maybe we could cover up the worst of the paisley and puce with bits and pieces of plane wreckage that are lashed on.
Why?
I don't know. I'm trying to help.
How
So the
different
current
is this from
plan
the
is-
first group? Entirely.
So the current plan is drive the flower-powered truck up to the enemy lines while you play guitar and the 10-year-old gets us past.
No, I'm gonna talk.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna talk, but
I'm
like,
sorry. The 10-year-old.
Not having to focus on driving is a good thing. Like I'll just do all the talking.
Okay.
Okay.
Not
This
the
is just a
driving.
master class for the UN Commandos and how
Not
our
to
team
do
gets
anything.
Why
things
they
done.
shouldn't trust us.
How to do it by the book. A really weird
no,
book.
I think the world would be a better place without superheroes. Arguably, a weirder place.
All right, let's head out.
My part of this plan's done.
So this is literally the plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's go.
We're just
All right.
testing our friendship.
We start
with Paul
driving.
at this point.
No, that's great.
It's
So you start driving.
yeah. I start driving.
Okay. What time of day is it?
Night. Please
are we
God,
doing
let it be
night?
night.
No, it's got to be like a whatever is a normal time for trucks to be going through.
Afternoon.
Sure.
Yeah, Jody, what's
I-
a normal shipping schedule for trucks?
I mean, it like whatever's normal for them, not for trucks in general, is what I'm saying. Like
We should know this because we've been observing the
Mid-afternoon
Yes.
is very reasonable.
completely reasonable.
Like, I hate to derail
The
our
golden
idiocy
hour?
brigade,
Right.
but we should actually
We
know
should
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the
The
golden
best
hour
time
Perfect.
for the best lighting.
to really
Very-
reflect that paisley and flower.
I am very alluring.
All right. So you're
mean
doing
your
this. So you
best
drive up
We
Yeah.
just like to
at
personalize.
3 p.m. You're
Oh,
driving up.
This,
Yeah.
this will actually matter. How healed are we?
Oh, you're fine.
Oh, okay, good. I'm
God.
gonna. Ooh, that's important. Because I was at 6 hit points.
Oh, you
Just
get a
wanted to-
chance
I
to get
didn't know how emergency this was to
Right.
move from the last.
Yeah. No. No.
Encounter.
You got a long
And
time to be in an
easily
airplane and
truck.
possibly crash
How
it. So you're good.
emergency.
Now we're in a truck.
Full
We're
of-
gonna
full of
possibly
psychotic.
crash.
Right.
Right.
Also, we spent long enough to know that they travel in trucks in the afternoon.
Yeah. Exactly.
Which is at least a day.
But there'd been some like recon. Like Luke Wales had done a bunch of work beforehand. So you come up to the
Trying to figure out what the first name of Mr. Scotland's going to be.
Abigail.
Yard.
yes.
Yard Scotland.
Scotland Yard. Anyway, that's not canon. So you drive up to the front gate, and there's some guys that got kind of military-looking uniforms on them and machine guns slung over their back, and the gate's closed. You know, it's like it's a gate and a fence and multiple layers of gates and the razor wire fence, and there's kind of guard towers around there. Bunch of kind of military-looking people kind of walking around, and the guy comes over and stops you, and it's like this roll down your window, and then looks
It's
at
got
you.
electric windows. I don't. what
Oh,
does this
okay.
mean?
Well, that's what he does.
Flies here.
You gotta figure out.
I'll roll out my window, but I'm eyes straight ahead. I do not make eye contact
Right.
at all.
So he says something to you in Spanish. Do you speak Spanish?
No,
Okay.
I barely speak English.
Yeah, I'm gonna just in English just be super. I'm not even gonna like look up. I'm just casually picking away at my guitar.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna be like, "Hey, that plane that crashed, like we got it. Do you want it?" That's it. I'm just gonna be
Okay.
real.
Okay.
Like this is business as usual.
business. Okay, that's good. That's good.
But very specifically,
Right.
I use my powers to do that.
Okay. Yes, I figured you were. Tell me.
Obviously, I'm suggesting to him that
Right.
he should let us through.
Right.
And I'm a very persuasive person with, unfortunately, all of my hit points.
Right. So you're gonna get, just so you know, persuading him that things are normal.
Yeah,
You're gonna have a persistent -1
sure, yeah, totally
on all
reasonable.
these sort of things because you're driving a ridiculous flower van.
Why? Flower, truck.
Like anything that involves convincing people that
This should
that
be
the things
allowed.
are legit
It's a -1.
will suffer
This
because
seems
of the
important.
flower van.
Sorry, I
I
can't
am,
use edit undo on that. It's not an enemy causing.
Like I'm gonna be as cool as a cucumber.
All right.
And if
I've been in
necessary,
situations like this before.
perhaps in your first issue even, should it be necessary.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see how this goes.
Let's see how.
I'm just
Very
planting the seed.
importantly, I'm going to be using some hero points on this.
Oh, okay.
Like I'm acting real casual, but I'm giving this my all. Like I'm really concentrating on
Yeah.
being as persuasive and alluring as possible.
Right.
At this boy, this border boy. See, it worked out great.
2,
It's-
an 8, and a 9.
Yeah, it's a 9 because I used a +2 and I have a -1,
Oh, wow. Yeah, yeah. So that is your mid die,
Yeah.
but it's a 9.
but it's a 9.
So you completely succeed. You completely convinced
just works.
this border guard that you
Nailed it.
I'm
here
good at something. Finally.
guitar guy and kid. There's some like Americans in the jungle.
Yep.
A guy and his kid.
Yeah, I gotta go to
The kid's driving. That's not too weird. That's normal.
They wanted me to take this to the
Weird old van.
To the place.
missile base, whatever it is.
All right, well, wave you through. Like they seem like pretty kind of bored with their job. Like they're not super
Yeah.
into their jobs.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Their job is to stand here with guns. Sometimes wave trucks through.
Like I'm not even bothered by these guns. I'm just keeping it
Yeah.
cool.
So they're like, oh, yeah, I guess like that'd be up at the base down the road over there.
Yeah,
So they kind of point you off in that direction.
works out great.
Let you know. Yeah.
And then before you speed off, I go, anyway, here's Wonderwall. And then I just... and then you punch it.
So you're through. You're through the border. What are you going to do?
Yeah, I don't know why everybody's so worried about this. I got it.
How could that have gone wrong?
All right. So
How could that have gone any other way?
here's the thing.
Yeah.
We know that we know that there's a missile launcher, and we know that it's entirely possible there are multiple ones. What I think we should do is I think we should try and figure out who's commanding this bunker of people, while the UN commandos actually do their job in a stealthy and competent way and disable the missile launcher. So
Sorry,
even
you're
if
saying
we
we're not
screw
stealthy
up,
and confident?
Oh, we're supposed to bring the
look,
commandos.
we are not stealthy, and we're very competent in certain areas. But they're good
Where would
at a
we
lot of
put
things.
commandos?
Also, I don't know how to disable a missile launcher. I know how to
that's-
break. I know how to break a missile
Same
launcher.
thing.
That is
Yeah.
not the same thing.
It works the
Kind
same
of
way.
the same thing.
Oh God.
Also, making characters is fun, and if we all blow up, we help the world, and we get to make new characters. Let me tell you about.
Oh, I wrote it down.
Fuck your next character.
Death perception.
Fantastic. That's good.
But I
feel
think
like
we
we
should
ended on
detach them and let them do the stealth related thing while we go in and find out if this is controlled by robots or hackers or more Guy
Robot
Fieri
hackers.
looking people. I mean,
Hacker robots.
the actual Guy Fieri.
I know that this entire series is going to culminate in a fight in Flavor Town. So, yeah, like, listen, I did my part. So, like,
Yeah.
I gotta finish this song.
It worked really well.
Enjoy. MVP.
Yeah, so it seems like this road goes to where the UN has identified the base being.
Yeah, let's do
Right.
that.
you wanna just
That's-
roll
That's
up?
basically
Yeah.
where they waved you through to.
I mean, honestly, I think we should roll up and
Maybe slow down
drop
at some point.
Yeah, like drop
some-
them off, let
Yeah.
them get a head start, and then we'll roll up. And if things go
Dump them
wrong,
right out the back.
things go wrong. If things go right, things go right. Either way, we're once again playing to our strengths of adapting the plan to suit the circumstances.
cool. So
That's
you're
a
gonna
nice
you're
way
gonna
to
drop
put
the
it.
commandos off.
That's part of being a team leader, is knowing how to communicate.
Now
get
he's
one
a
of those.
team leader
Yeah.
again.
So you're
Still
gonna
not a team
you're gonna
player.
drop the commandos off, and they're gonna go separately through the jungle,
Yeah.
and then you're
Very
gonna drive along the
camouflage.
road to the place. Yeah, no, that's fine. I just want to make
Also,
sure.
We're in
Part
the
of being a
opposite
team
of
leader is
camouflage.
knowing when to let other people take initiative and rise to the challenge.
Initiative works differently in this
The
game,
book was
so we
that
have.
or-
I don't know. It's bookmarked somewhere.
I don't know. It burned up in the flame.
No, it didn't. It's
Burned up
safe.
in the sun, Jen.
Oh my bad.
I have so many sticky notes in it. I don't want that to burn.
Yeah. Cool.
How does
So
the second sun affect the tides? Oh, sorry.
so there's basically
It's gone now, it's
no
okay.
there's basically
I
no one
erased it.
around as
We're
you're
good.
driving through. Like there's animals and stuff around, but that's it. So when you're a ways out, how far out would you say when you drop the commandos off?
I'd like to drop them off maybe 3 miles out.
Yeah, 3 miles out. So you drop them off, and then you're driving up slowly. And it's a gravel road, so you got to drive pretty slow, right? And so you drive around,
Stop for lunch.
and yeah. Oh, so you're gonna stop for lunch, let them kind of get around, and get ahead. Perfect. So you do
It's
that.
late afternoon.
You stop for lunch. It's getting a little bit late.
Fine.
It's getting into
Dinner.
yeah.
Supper.
It's
Second
getting
dinner.
down. It's the
High tea.
early evening. Early
High tea
evening.
actually makes
And you're
sense.
coming up, and what the road does is it actually it goes along straight kind of through a valley of the jungle for a while, and then it kind of curves around one big hill, coming to another big hill where there's the missile launcher installation kind of on top of that hill. And you know from the UN information that it seems like there's some sort of energy shield shielding the top of that other hill, kind of around there. But anyway, the road leads right up to it. And as you're getting it, as you kind of like go around the first curve kind of around there, kind of the mountain on the road, all of a sudden you hear bang, 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 and the tires blow out of your vehicle. And as you look around, you see all around the road there are 6 very strange creatures that have surrounded your vehicle. And they look like this.
What?
What?
And they've just reached up and
pine cone?
grabbed your tires and just punctured all of your tires. And now they're starting to climb up onto the truck, trying to get at you inside
Maybe
it.
able to see it from there, actually.
Yeah,
Oh, it's probably.
they've got it. They've got one over there. So this is for you to look at.
Okay then.
So what you have here are
Yeah, what are these called?
some conelings,
Nice. Okay.
and there are 6 of them. As I said, I believe I mentioned. And they're completely surrounded. There's some kind of creature. They got the little arms out there. They're completely surrounded by these cone stuff. You can see deep inside them, little eyes coming out. And they're like madly scrabbling, clawing up the truck really quick. Like, what are you going to do?
Oh,
Attack them.
Yeah,
Terrible.
All right.
like definitely. Going to attack.
All right. Who's going to go first?
Those poor
UN
guys.
All right. Our team leader.
definitely dead.
The team
All right.
leader's going.
Leading by example. So I'm going to go Scavenger Bot. I'm going to attack one target using Scavenger Bot and attack a second target using my Min die.
All right.
So I've got leaping out of the back of the truck with acrobatics using Scavenger Bot, and it is a D6. Use my nice dice. All right, so that's garbage.
So,
So I'm attacking one target using Scavenger Bot. That would be my mid die. So that's a 3.
Okay.
And then attacking a second target using my min die, which is a 1.
All right. Save there. Goes down to a D4. And the min die, which is a 1.
Which is a 1.
Which is certainly, but
Yeah.
still the grade. It's down to a D4.
Yeah, no, that's
There you go.
that's something.
All
That's
right.
2 hits.
So that's what you're gonna do. You're just gonna. How do you do that? Can you describe that to me?
So
Like, you're inside the
I
truck and they're
leap out of the back of the truck.
Nice. Okay.
Springboard off of one of the pieces of wreckage.
Yeah.
Scavenger Bot jumps on one of them and starts clawing, and I wallop the other one head with
Right.
with a crowbar.
Right.
knocking
It
it
kind of
off the
flies
truck.
back into the jungle and it kind of shakes and gets up and kind of starts coming back at you, but I was notably weakened by that. So, what do you? Who's gonna go next?
Does anybody have a specific request?
Well, I'm just gonna buff everyone. Yeah, I'm gonna
Then
buff
yes, I'm
everyone.
going to give it to you.
I'm gonna take a minor twist and I'm gonna galvanize.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna boost using persuasion, which is a D10, suggestion, and a D6. So, and this lasts until the start of my next turn.
Right.
So I want to get as many people
need
in
to
as
make sure
possible.
Right.
Yeah, I want to go last next time. So there was a apply to all. So it's a mid. So it's a 6.
Right. And so you apply a boost to everyone
Yep.
for a 6. You're going to, as you step out of the truck there, you step onto some weird jungle plants that kind
Okay.
of like, you feel a sharp pain go up your leg. And very temporarily, you get a little bit kind of cloudy headed, a little bit hard to think. You stepped on some sort of plant that has just some sort of weird, mild
Neurotoxin type thing.
neurotoxin kind of thing in there. So you're going to actually hinder yourself with your mid die there,
Which was also a 6.
which is also 6, also -2. So you're going to have a -2.
But everybody else have plus 2.
Yes, exactly.
That's great.
All right, a -2 hinder
or one of the.
on there. Yeah, if you want.
Drugs.
Anyone want a note card? I can just pass them
Minus
out.
Oh yeah.
What song does everyone want to hear? I'm taking requests.
Oh man. Something classical like Rachmaninoff, but guitar.
What does anyone?
for this
Does
setting.
anyone else want to hear?
No, that seems
Welcome to
good.
the
I
jungle.
just,
Yeah. Okay. There you go. Let's walk into the jungle. Thank you. God. So yeah, and now I do
But
not
in
want
a
to go
Rachmaninoff
until everyone else
cover.
has gotten at least 2, besides you, because you've already gone. And
If
Right.
I go next, I'm also planning on creating a boost as well.
okay, I'll attack a thing.
Well, if I go next, I can give you a boost.
yeah, and that applies to all attack and overcome actions until my next turn. So that's
Right.
persistent, but
For sure.
only for a turn.
Because my plan is if it's all right, and I go next, I will use Brainstorm, and I'll have to take a twist for this because it's a yellow ability, but I can hit one target using my min, another target using my mid, and then boost using my max. So I'll hit 2 targets, and I can give you a boost.
Is there any damage?
Okay.
with that? The
No.
points? Okay.
No, it just
the-
hinders
the-
you for a little bit, yeah. It's just a one-time kind of
Do you let us
That's
know
your
that
minor
that
twist.
happened? No? Do you let us know that that happened at all?
Like, the song's real slow. Like, I'm playing it
So
kind of
no.
weird.
So it's like, love song, like soft ballad.
Welcome to the jungle.
D10.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's very, every rose has its thorn tempo, but for Welcome to the Jungle.
Oh my god.
Every cowboy sings a sad song.
What's that? What band was that?
Oh,
Poison.
yeah.
Is it Poison? Okay. I don't know why I wanted it to be Rat
Yeah.
with 2 T's. Not to be confusing.
I need another D10.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh, that's thrilling.
So D10 from creativity, D10 from illusions. Oh, I guess technically, well, I'm in green, so I still need to use a D10, right? Yep. Okay.
3D10.
I could use my
All
collected
ones.
trade. Can I decide whether I want to use my collected trade after I roll, or do I need to do it before? Okay. All right, so I'm attacking using illusions. Let's see how this goes. All right, so I hit one target using my min,
Okay.
Which is a 4,
another target using my mid,
Okay.
which is a 5.
and then I boost using my max.
Nice.
That's actually super
Ow.
dope.
So do you want
And
to?
the numbers on all of those are +2 because of.
And I've got a
the-
plus
Right.
2 buff.
So you want to go after the two of the
Yes.
d6s, I
Yep.
understand?
Yep.
Okay. Cool. So first there's that. One of them, it just kind of falls over. It collapses.
Yep.
And the other one,
Also,
sure.
she's got a plus
yeah.
2 for
Oh
the
yeah,
song.
just totally does as well. So two
Yep.
of them,
Just gonna
boom,
be
just kind of
awesome.
collapse, just gone. And then you're gonna boost. Who are you boosting?
With a 10.
Jeez, that's a +3.
Yeah.
I assume I'm gonna boost bubbles because
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Bubbles has the AoEs.
yeah.
To clean us out.
I'm not
Yep.
going to use them this turn, but
So write out what boost is. Describe this boost that you're doing. This massive +3 boost for your friend Bubbles.
Let's see, Bubbles. What can you use against you?
All
What's
right.
your
I'll do it.
plan here?
I mean, I'll.
What is your plan?
I don't know. I was going to hinder and attack, but now I'm going to just try to explode a bunch of things. How much did you give me as plus?
+3. So you
You're
have a
about
total net +5.
You have to explain how.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
trying to figure out what is useful
So-
if you're gonna use an AoE.
I'm going to use my ability Burst Your Bubble, which is just going to
Okay.
send out a bunch of bubbles and
So I will give you. It kind of looks like a flamethrower, but instead it'll allow you to channel your bubbles so that you can just go.
Oh, bubble thrower.
and
Oh, it's a
have
bubble gun.
thrower instead. Yeah.
It's a machine bubble gun.
great.
Plus 3 bubble gun.
I like to think that as the bolt is going back and forth, like droplets of
Oh,
smaller
yeah, yeah.
bubbles are
No,
coming
it's
out of
just
it.
instead of like cartridges falling out, it's just the little jar
cartridges
that
of
the
bubble.
bubble
Yeah.
juice comes
Right,
in.
just spits out.
Just
Yeah.
plastic canisters, just blink, blink,
Like
blink.
blue and red
Yeah.
and yellow.
All right, so I'm going to take a minor twist to use a yellow ability
Okay, sounds good.
for Burst Your Bubble.
This is great.
No,
I'm
I love
going
it.
to-
How everything
I
should
love
work.
it. It works so
We're
well.
so dumb.
I'm going to
are we
just
so dumb?
fly out of the window because I can.
Yeah.
Like they're
And
dumb cats, I should say.
and do this. I'm just gonna. So it's attack multiple targets using bubbles. Using your mid die against each target and
That's what
take
Jen
damage
did.
equal to your max die. So bubbles is a D10, and I guess this is creativity. Like I don't even know what
What are your
quality.
other options?
Science, technology, alertness, creativity, persuasion. Maybe alertness.
Alertness, probably.
The same thing,
Because you're
but-
trying to focus on
yeah.
multiple targets.
Yep,
It's pretty reasonable.
sure. And then D6 for my status die.
All right, sounds good.
Just imagine Jody jumping
both
out
of
of
these
the front
apply?
seat and being like, "Say hello to my
Do
little
both of what?
friend."
Do both of these apply?
They can if
Honestly,
you want
that's-
to.
I thought you rolled
Is up
out
to
of the
you.
back with
Yeah,
that.
I think I'm
like,
going to.
firing.
A +5.
You need to
so
see it before you roll, technically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fast
Oh.
enough the bubbles.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I was going to use them both.
Yeah,
But,
yeah. No, that's fantastic.
So I'm going to do the damage will be, I guess, +5, 6 + 5 for
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, it literally means they all die.
they all die.
They literally
They
can't
cannot
save
save.
Right.
because it'll be 6 damage.
Yes, so here's what
Oh,
happens.
I guess
I also am damaging myself.
How much?
As part of the attack. So it's going to be 8 + 2 because it's an attack.
Right.
So it's 10 damage.
Right.
to
And
myself.
as your minor twist, you're going to use your min die to damage all the heroes in the area,
Okay.
I'm fine with that.
which is a 1.
Which is a 1,
so
which is a 3.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, yep. Bubble
Wait,
guns
fine
used
with
up.
What's our?
We all
Take
take
3
3
damage,
Sorry.
right?
Yeah. So as you do that, you just send out this. Use your bubble thrower to send out a massive shockwave of bubbles, and
Yeah.
it's really it's concussive bubble
Yeah.
explosions,
They all
right?
yeah.
And so that does a bunch of things. It first of all just hurts your allies a little bit because it's so, as well as you, right?
Yeah.
Because it's so explosive. And as it goes out there too, it also completely wipes out and kills these conelings. And in fact,
Yes.
it goes out so much that it kind of shatters a lot of the shells that are around them a little bit, and they all just fall to the ground, limp and not moving. And as they do that, you look and you see through the shells that are now shattered, the light sky blue color of a UN commando uniform.
That's fine.
They were attacking us, like,
They were bad.
The
probably.
heck?
Guess we should
So now
drop
there's-
them off.
No, I'm gonna check and make sure they're not dead.
Oh, they're.
I mean, we've got a radio. We can just radio them.
What do you do?
I check on them.
Yeah, like,
find out what the heck
can we
just
just-
happened.
Well, there
Like,
were
Like
six of those
these
are
creatures that are down there?
yeah.
Yeah, so it looks like these creatures that are down here are very, very injured, but mostly alive. It looks like underneath all of the, like, they're weird cone creatures, but it looks like, but bits of the UN commando uniforms and their radios and their ID tags and stuff are all like they're wearing them, but the cone things have like grown up through them, and
So they're not human dressed in like
No.
coneling outfits. No,
No,
these
no.
are conelings that
Made of humans.
made of
That
Like
erupted
they're,
out of
they're
humans.
mutated or something.
what the heck?
And do
Does-
we know, are those our UN?
Yeah, do we recognize any like
Like, do we
name,
recognize,
badges,
like, we
anything
know
like that?
they're
yeah,
the people we came in with?
yeah.
Wow, that's a really fast mutation.
Yeah.
Where did we drop them off at?
Like
Oh.
just a couple of miles back.
Maybe we don't go back there.
I mean, there's no way before. Does anyone have any medical anything?
No.
No.
Nope.
Wait, if someone did, could they revive one of them to find out what happened? Like, are any of them clinging on to life enough that we could maybe ask them?
Not
what
without
happened?
like medical facilities.
Not without medical facilities?
Yeah, very complicated specialty. This is weird. This is the weirdest thing.
Yeah, super weird. Jen, what is post
Okay, we'll figure it out.
I mean,
Is that about the male?
honestly,
Is that why
I think we have to just
male?
sort of like drag them off to the side, and if they can ever become human again, then we'll do what we can. But
Throw them in the truck.
yeah.
No. Gross.
No, I mean, I don't think we should use the truck anymore. It
mean,
makes
truck
us
has no-
to
the tires are
a
all-
target, and
I mean, I
the
guess we could
tires.
throw them in the truck then.
There's
Oh, we
also
put them in the
braking.
driver's seat of the truck.
All of them?
All of them, just pile them up like cordwood.
No, like just put them there. I hope they recover, but like I don't know what to do with this.
They're probably fine.
Yeah, they're not machines
We'll go
for you
figure
to
it out.
break. Or fix.
Or fix.
History
can't-
and medical.
We can't heal them without a facility.
Do we have
An entire.
Do we have radio
And,
contact
and
with our
presumably
base?
knowledge. Like I don't know
From here?
coneling
Yeah.
physiology.
Okay.
No, but like basic medical, like could we keep them going,
So-
ask them questions, anything like that? Like, I don't necessarily think we're going to be able to turn them back. I just want to be able to ask somebody what
Yeah, they're not really in a state to do that.
Yeah.
And
It's
actually,
okay,
their
we'll figure it
mouths
out. They were-
their mouths don't look like they're constructed in a way where they could speak.
Okay.
They were after a biomimetic isotope. Are they using that to carry some sort of
Yeah.
mutagen?
Uh,
Like, did they actually?
those are definitely words
They-
that sound plausible.
Well then.
That would only ever work if you were like in a comic book or something.
No, this is real life. So there are no comics in. Are there comics in the Sentinels universe?
This is
Yes.
way too complicated and meta. Like
Yes.
only Adam and Chris know the answer
Are
to this question.
okay. Are there
So-
Sentinels comics in the Sentinels
right.
universe?
Yes.
There's a whole episode of the letters page, which you
You
could.
sounded so sad.
So we put them in the truck.
It's all well established.
How far are we from? We wanted to infiltrate the base. What was our plan again?
We're gonna stop
Our
missiles.
plan
Yeah.
We're
was
gonna
in a
stop missiles
state of
from getting
constant
Yes.
iteration. This version was drive up to the base while the UN soldiers did their thing,
Yeah, we're
which
gonna.
has now adapted
How
to.
close are we to the base?
Go
You're
to
like
the
you're like a
base
half mile
and
away. Like you just
see
got to
what
go
we
around
can
this
do,
hill
I
and the
guess,
base is on the top
kind
of
of.
this hill.
Okay.
Yeah,
Whatever.
It's a 10-minute
So
hike.
Yes.
Fine.
we stashed them in the totally inconspicuous truck that we have.
Yeah.
Ahem.
It's got
Sure.
camouflage on it.
Right.
You're driving
And
through
we're
a field
gonna
of
walk
flowers.
up to the base?
I think so.
Okay.
Like, we
Well,
can try and
we're gonna
stealth,
walk
but
up.
none of us are good at it.
We're gonna walk up to the base. There's no tires on the truck.
Yeah.
Unless you want to fix it, which you probably could.
Yeah, you could. I mean, like,
I mean, I think
I don't know that it's really going to help us any
Yeah.
at this point, right?
I mean, I think at this point, everything's screwed up enough that we just proceed
We
forward
just
and see what
move
There's
happens.
a weird force field shield that we have to figure out how to disable at some point.
I mean, that's
That
going to
is-
depend on if it's projectors at the top of the base or if it's set up with like a little local
Yeah.
area.
Well, there's
like-
got to be some way for people to get in and out.
Yeah.
But like,
So we're a half mile from the base. Do you want to go scout out the base first and come back and try to come up with a plan?
you guys send scavenger bot to do it.
It's
I mean, you and
not
you and I
that
can
good
do
at
that.
that, but it
But like
can.
you and I could do that. So we're in a forest.
Yeah.
One of the things that we do for fun and
I
recreation
know, is
hanging
hike in
out
forests.
in forests.
This is actually established canon.
Right.
I'm just wondering if
you
that's
don't even have to
like
use the back issue for this.
Right.
now,
That's
now,
the
now that
first-
we've seen that this thing can mutate people very quickly, I'm
Yeah.
not sure that hanging like having people
Yeah, I wanna stick to the
split up
road.
is a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Going through the forest, I think is a fine idea.
You gonna fly there?
Like, but that sort of
Ooh,
we
We don't want to go
all-
into the
Wait,
cone zone.
Wait. How long is he under the
Nobody- I got
-2
nobody
from
with
the
that one.
plant?
Oh, that goes away at the end of the
Okay.
scene. Which
Yeah,
is
yeah. No, it's
All right.
yeah, yeah.
So here's what I think we should do.
Yeah.
We should assume.
Oh, I
that
don't
this-
turn into a cone, do I? No. Oh, thank God.
we should assume that this is some sort
Those
of
are related.
infectious
That was
thing.
literally just a jungle.
So
plant he
either
stepped
there
on.
was like a gas or
Those
uh,
anemones.
Until
Those
the next
jungle
meeting.
anemones.
Right.
some sort of like plant that injected them,
Enemy.
or like this was something that was done to them. And
matter.
I think that if there's some sort of gas attack, we have bubbles, then
Mm-hmm.
bubbles can surround us with bubbles and get out the gas and keep the good air in, and we'll all suffocate, but won't turn into those things. And if it's a mechanical delivery system, it's going to have issues. If it's a biological delivery system, we
Figure
beat the
something
tar
out.
out of it. And if it's none of those things and it's inexplicable, then we adapt.
Okay.
just-
So we're all just going to proceed toward.
I know
The base.
nobody here, not the characters. I'm not accusing the players of being bad at math. We fought 6 of those, and we dropped off 12 guys. Just throwing that out there. So either there's 2 guys in each one of those, or there
There
are
are-
6 more of those things running around. Probably.
All right,
Or
here's
third option, there are 6 commandos out there still doing their job.
Here's their
Jeez,
thing.
Negative.
All right, let's
like
take.
we haven't heard from
take
the
a nap.
commandos. They have radios. They could contact us if necessary.
No, we were having some radio interference,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So,
So
they
I think
have
the force
radios.
field or
Assuming
whatever
they
is-
could get past the radio interference, they could contact us
But
if
what
necessary.
about his radio that's
They have
real
smoke signals.
enough?
Yeah, it's real enough to
His
like act like a
radio
radio.
have
But when you've got a radio
interference?
suppression system around in your jungle, that it's real enough that it suppresses.
But the thing is, like trying to find UN soldiers that don't want to be found in an
Probably.
area that we don't know and where we dropped them
All right.
off.
Yeah,
Trying to locate them.
Let's do it. We'll see if
Yeah.
we meet up with them in
Well,
one way
they
or
are
another.
way better trained than us. We're talented. They're way better trained than
Yes,
we are.
that is a
At
very good way of putting
very
it.
specifically this thing.
I
we should
have
not
spent
be in the jungle that
years
ate at least 6 of them.
mastering and crafting my ability to
To
make
not
giant
turn into a pine
robots.
cone? It's weird because
right.
like there's not even a lot of coniferous
I
trees
scoop everyone up in
in the
bubbles and
jungle.
fly them toward the thing.
All right, so you're
Like this is a
finding bubbles
rainforest.
towards
I like that that's something you noticed.
Like it's super weird, right? There's
Bubbles is just like, seriously, we're done
not
with
a
this
lot of
conversation.
conifers here.
Yep. We're just flying toward the
That's
thing
true.
now.
yeah,
That's
thank
true.
you.
You're
Look,
right.
this is Central America. There's no
Correct.
reason for it. There's no winter.
Right. Yeah.
And this is all taking place
that's an
inside the bubble.
adaptation.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just talking to myself.
Yeah.
What are you musing about?
Like, all right, it's like the Watchmen pages that are just walls of text. Like I'm just like, but there aren't any conifers in the jungle.
Oh, yeah,
there aren't any
how-
winters, which is
right. How do
an
we
evolutionary
find those?
adaptation to deal with winter.
And then we
That's
arrive
it.
at
That's
the
all I've
base.
got.
That's good. So you're flying in bubbles toward the base, and so the base is on a rocky hilltop. So this hill rises up out of the jungle. There's no longer much in the way of like large plant life at the top of it, at this kind of exposed rocky dome up there, and there is a large missile launcher array kind of set into the side of the hill there. There's a bunch of metal catwalks and stairways kind of connecting the different rocks and areas to let you walk up to there. There's a little bunker and control room down there, it looks like. But as you get close, you're floating in by the bubbles getting close, and you hit an energy shield that pops your bubbles and you fall to the ground.
Oh. Sorry.
Like, there is definitely an energy shield right here that you cannot get through it. So you fall into the ground, kind of at the jungle, and as it shimmers, it kind of crackles, and you can see it forms a dome over the entire hilltop.
Are there any like pylons or anything that is like obviously generating this?
It
Like,
looks
does it seem like emanating from somewhere?
probably. That seems like a likely guess based on where you are.
Follow the
You're just
border.
like here, where you happen to fall in the jungle, there's no particular pylons or whatever, but looking at how the pattern of it as it shimmered and stuff like that, it looks like there's like four
Piles of dead
there's
birds.
four
There's a ring
right,
over it.
there's 4 anchor points kind of
Okay,
that
so sad.
that the energy kind of goes back to, so
Yeah,
it seems
I
likely
think-
there's something there.
I think go up to one of those anchor points, break the hell out of it, and
Right.
pass.
So you're going to journey over to one of the anchor points. So you
Quick question.
Yeah.
You mentioned that this is an energy shield. Like,
Yeah.
is it energy, or is it like
Electricity?
lightning, electricity?
energy, like
Okay.
like in Sentinels Multiverse, this is
Yeah,
energy.
that's
Yeah.
why I'm asking.
Yep, for sure.
And no, you can't walk through it.
That's what I was going to do
I
if
mean,
it
it
was
would have been
lightning.
great
Yeah.
if you were like,
Right,
"All
right.
fine, soul
Yeah.
mission. That's cool.
So
I
you
don't have a
There's
concert.
no INT in team, but there's a me.
Is it me?
but you get up to what looks like a complicated device that's buried under the ground.
Complicated,
kind of there.
you say.
Yeah.
Device, you
Not,
say.
not
Yes.
for long, I say.
Right.
Alrighty.
I just start smashing with a hammer. like before
Yeah,
I
you
get
do
into
that, and I'll just
Just
lay my
with your
hands on it and
guitar,
just
you're
break
just-
the hell out of it.
All right. So make an overcome.
All right.
Tell me what you're doing.
Principle of jury rigging. Time
All right.
to let the powers go nuts.
Yep.
And that
Last time we did that
is
before we
electricity.
This is why I have an
And-
acoustic guitar, by the way.
That
It's
is
very important that I have an
6,
acoustic guitar.
And that is Dauntless.
Nothing too
Because
complicated.
really, I'm doing a ridiculous thing. I need my nerves. And yeah, I'm just sort of like rusting the exterior and just getting into it and pulling out handfuls of wires. And you know what? I'm extremely optimistic that this is going to work. Thank you, Sanvar.
That's good.
And the galvanize is no longer a
No,
thing.
that's
so
long
it's
enough.
just
That's
plus
also
1. And that means I can use my max die, which is a 9.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
So
And we all
you
get a hero
reach in
point.
there and you completely destroy it. And as you do it,
And we all get a hero point.
energy shimmers kind of go up, and the shield seems to notably weaken in this area and contract a little bit. Like if this guy had 4 anchor points before, holding it in a certain shape, it now is more of a triangle than that kind of shape, right? It kind of contracts, not all the way to exactly a triangle. It's still the other 3 are still trying to keep it obviously like sort of a shape, but it kind of collapses down into being a lot smaller. But as that happens, all of a sudden, at kind of the top of the hill, up in the equipment, you see walk/scurry up one of the catwalks to the main missile launcher at the very top of the mountain. A creature that then does something to a control panel, and suddenly a siren goes off, and smoke starts emanating from the rocket launcher that is up there. And as you look, the creature that you see looks like this.
Ooh.
He's very pine coney too. But there aren't any coniferous trees
And you
here.
notice that
Porcupine, didn't we?
it looks
Yeah.
like something is going on with the missile that is there. You're in the green zone.
That's not very long.
Oh boy.
So
All right.
TikTok.
That's
so you just went
one scene in the green.
and
Yeah.
disabled one of these things. Who is going to go next?
Really?
I'm
Okay,
gonna go
bubbles.
try to disable a different one.
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
You got
so
technology. And
disabling one of these, we have to disable, it seems like we have to disable all 4 of these generators.
That seems like a logical
Okay.
guesstimate.
So yeah, I'll hand it off to Bubbles.
Yeah, I'm gonna fly over to a different generator and try to disable it.
Okay.
So I don't have powers for this or principle.
Okay. So the
I mean,
three
it's
of you,
science.
are by the
Well,
first generator,
it's a
and you're
quality.
moving over to the second generator.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's going to take you in one turn. You can move to this one. So you're going kind of, if you look at a map, kind of going around the hilltop over here. You've gotten rid of this one.
Yeah.
So you're going to go. You can get to one of them.
Yeah.
So it's one turn, another turn, another. Like going between them is about a turn worth of movement.
About a turn. Okay.
Right. As is getting, like if you could get to like the somewhere in the middle, it would take a turn of movement to get to the actual missile launching complex in there.
So I can get there, but I can't do stuff?
No, you can get there
Oh,
and then
I
do
can
stuff.
do
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Okay.
So we need to knock all of these down before we can get to the missile, right?
So I don't have any powers that help with this, but I do have technology.
So the rest of you are over here, but you're going over there.
and
that
I'm
accurate?
in my yellow zone, which is the same as my green zone for
I
me.
mean, you could use telekinesis.
Not really, because it's only for bubbles.
Oh. Okay.
So it's a low roll. It'll be a 3, a 4, and a 5, so it's a 4.
Oh, right. To
Fest with a
overcome.
minor twist, is that
Right.
right?
Yeah. So you do this, and you manage to use your powers to destroy and short out another one of these generators. Yeah. And as you do, the entire area shimmers around there.
Uh-huh.
But suddenly, out of the forest around you come 6 more conelings.
I
good.
knew it.
If that's good.
All right. You guys defend us from the conelings. We'll continue to break these things, and then everything will
Yeah,
work.
I think that's.
All right. So who do you pass it off to?
I'm going to pass it off to
Because I'm gonna
Matt.
I'm
right.
gonna galvanize
Yeah.
again.
Do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and galvanize suggestively. That sounds weird.
Don't do that.
I'm gonna use suggestion for it. But I'm going to move over to. Actually, no, I'm gonna stay here. Because then you will both get the galvanize before your actions. I'm gonna kind of stay here, do this thing.
Yeah, because all the people that are like near you of these like 5 different regions. Sort of.
It's gonna require a minor twist. Also, I'm just letting you know
Great.
that
That's
to use
perfect.
it.
That's perfect.
It's perfect. It's a 5.
Nice. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic.
So it's
And
plus 2.
Yep.
yeah. So as
two for
you
everybody.
do this, you manage to sing it out there and do that, but all of the rest of you, because of the weird psychological strain of having your UN commanders get taken, everything like that, you're gonna have a -1 hinder on you.
Okay.
Not
Do I get the
no, not you.
bonus? Okay.
No, you don't get the
Okay.
bonus or the hinder.
Okay.
No, yep.
Wait,
Just
what?
over here. You get a -1 hinder for.
I was thinking the lion sleeps tonight.
No, it's too sexy for my shirt.
Oh, okay.
Because that guy's on the catwalk. Thank you, Jen.
Beautifully done.
I'm there for you.
That's the reason we're on the same side of the table.
Yeah.
You two are targets for this. We're
We've noticed.
All right. So who's going next?
Oh, wait, you galvanized, right?
Yeah, so
that's
plus
plus
two
2.
all
Plus 2. There.
Yeah,
So
that's
I was
too
coming up
sexy
with
for my
songs, I'm
shirt.
sorry.
I just did it for me, and then I would yell at everybody every time they did it. So all attack and overcome actions, and then I don't want to go until everybody else gets 2 actions. And I think I'm going to pass this off to Jen.
Do you want to pass it off to?
Cone Boys?
Wait, can the environment pass it back to the
Yeah.
thing? Yeah.
Do we want to do that?
So right now we have what we
down?
might
I think we
call.
You're going to get whacked a bunch. They're surrounding only you, and no one else is there. And
That's
I think
fine.
Jen's going to go over there and
That's
help
normal
you.
stuff, right?
So we have 3 GM things right now. We have the scene tracker itself, the conelings that are adjacent to Bubbles, and then Needler.
Okay.
Yay.
I think we see what Needler does.
Sure.
Needler will then pass it to the conelings.
Yeah.
Right, that's fine.
But then she'll
you're
get
okay
an
with that?
action, and then we'll get a whole nother
Well,
round before they can
so
go.
yeah, I was gonna say that means that they can't take
They can't pass back.
5
and forth.
turns in a row.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Love it.
Okay.
Great.
Needler it is.
Yeah, so what Needler seems to
Before
just
he becomes
walks.
aware of us.
Neither seems fairly aware of you, like looks around, knows that this stuff is going on, walks down from the peak where looks like he just activated the rocket or something like that, and walks down to the other side of the mountain, the far side over here, kind of out of sight. So that is all Needler does. And then passes it to the conelings. And what the conelings are going to do is they are going to, 3 of them are going to attack you.
Okay. I have a protective bubble I can use when I'm getting attacked at close range.
Okay, you are, certainly, by like scrabbly claws.
So I can roll a bubble, single bubbles die and defend that much. Mm-hmm. Sound good? Mm-hmm. So I defend for 3.
Cool. So you take 10 minus 3, so 8 damage.
Okay, 8
From
damage.
that.
So
10
man,
minus
Yeah.
3 is not 8.
I'm not going to let
7.
anyone know what just happened.
Same
This is
thing.
for
I
you
take
and
7
I.
damage. You take 7, yes. Yeah.
Lucas gives a +1 to each player character.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Who is that?
Lucas turn.
Lucas.
For anything specific?
Right. And then the other 3 are going to shoot sap at you and try to
Yeah, I'll
hinder
let
you.
him choose if he has a specific thing he wants me to do. He can just choose
And
one
that
next
is-
action. That's fine.
So it's a total of -4. You get a lot of sap on you, and it makes it a little bit hard to move, and that's a -4
Yes, normal
Makes me so
stuff.
happy
hinder
inside.
that you've got. So that's what the conelings go around you
did that
do.
for us.
And then the conelings
Or that
pass
I'm
it
gonna
on to the
just
scene
play my
tracker.
character for a turn.
Both.
And now you are in the yellow zone.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's great.
And the
means I
scene
take minor
tracker
twist.
is going to
Up stuff.
pass it right back to the team leader, who started this all off by destroying one of the pylons.
Wait, who's he passing it to?
Actually,
Oh no, I must
Yeah.
pass it on to you.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's the last one.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Which
Yep.
also means
I
that
was
you
just
can't
making a
pass
joke
it
I can't
back
pass
and
it.
cancel out our galvanized.
Right, exactly. Otherwise, I can't. Right, exactly. I can't. The only reason why I can't pass it to you and do that, or pass it back and forth to these guys, is because you engineered it so that I cannot. So.
All right.
You gotta put,
I'm gonna brainstorm again because
What happened because of the
worked
tar?
last
it's
time.
yellow now.
What
Yeah.
happened because of the tar?
Oh, you got a -4 hinder.
-4. Thank you.
Yeah, from pine sap.
Okay.
Sticky stuff.
But how?
Wait, wait, wait.
We're in a jungle.
How nearby do I need to be for when a nearby enemy would, like, if the? I'm
You can
trying
also
to decide
move
if
to
I'm
them.
close enough to her to use edit undo and get rid of that.
You'd have to move over
Hinder.
there, but then you could.
Okay. So as a reaction to her getting the hinder, I would like to use edit undo when a nearby enemy would create a bonus
You
penalty.
can't because it's a reaction. You have to be right there
That's what I
then
was
when it
wondering,
happened. Yes.
how
If it were an
nearby
action like,
it needs
oh, my
to be.
action shall be to do this. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
as reaction is usually better because you can't, like you can do it in addition to an action.
Yeah,
But
but I'm
you'd
not
have to-
close enough
right.
to be considered nearby, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's a big,
all
it's a big enough mountain that I'm dividing it into zones
Sure.
because it kind of makes sense.
Yep, that makes sense. Well, in that case, I was originally gonna move over to another pylon, but if all of those are over where you are, I will move over near you if you want help.
It'll probably be okay. Probably. Probably.
Would you?
I feel like we need to start the fight with Needler.
Yeah. So I mean, I can just go and work on a pylon.
I feel like
we
there's gonna be
do, but we
a
can't
missile
get
that
to him
launches.
until we get through the
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's the
Right,
thing that moves
but
us closer to
that's
our
why I
goal.
was saying originally I was going to split off and go to another pylon than where Jody is.
I mean, I'm
unless
probably not
you
going to
want
stay
help
here and fight
with
them.
these.
I'm probably going to move
I think
somewhere else.
pylon.
Okay, cool. So I would like to go to the pylon. Yes.
This way. You can go there. Cool.
Exactly.
Awesome. Yeah, yeah.
And I'm going to. I'm not going to use brainstorm then because it's not multiple targets. Yeah, I'm just gonna.
That's the name of our next UN contact, Brian Storm.
Is this an overcome?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah. Okay.
So tell me how you're going to try to break this pylon, disable it, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna use my principle of great power. Overcome
Awesome.
a situation using one of your highest rated powers and use your max die.
Nice.
So I'm going to use my highest rated power is obviously illusions.
Yep.
So that's a D10. I would like to use my personal quality of perspective for a D8. And then we're in the yellow zone, so that's another D8. So with my illusions and my perspective, I'm going to work to break down this pylon, but I'm also actually kind of playing with visual perspective in the fact that like it's already broken down in one area, and so I'm going to try to like continue to like break it down and force it in using like
Yeah.
visual perspective so that it's kind of tearing down
Right.
the.
Yeah.
You're with me.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay.
Ain't using words, Jen.
Perspective.
Those are-
9.
Oh, 8 is your mid die. Mm-hmm. Wow.
And you have
No,
plus 2
I
on it.
use my max die.
Oh, and so 9.
So it's 11.
Yeah. And
All
I
right.
have plus 2 sexy
Yes.
and plus 1 from Lucas.
Oh, okay. So you're using all of them.
I think.
That's great. You get a 12.
Yeah.
So the action succeeds beyond expectations.
Mm-hmm.
Does it break the other one?
So yes, that is exactly what happens. So as you do this, you create a cascade failure through it and destroys the final 2. Boom, 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 and the entire shield goes down.
I love it.
Nice.
So in trying to break the perspective of like illusory breaking perspective.
Made the
It
entire
basically
wall
just made the
2D.
entire wall crumble into each other.
Exactly.
Instead of being, yeah,
Right.
I like it.
That
And
is
everybody
all
gets-
thanks to Lucas. And that gets us a hero
Hero
point.
point. Yep.
Nicely
Very
done.
nice.
Fill
Good
them up.
work. So
Cool.
now you're at the end of the round. Who do you pass it to?
Okay, now we have everybody can go. I should go last.
So, like, my plan is basically bolt straight for the missile launcher and start trying to deal with that.
Yeah, I'm gonna start punching you.
My plan is to attack conelings and see if I need help.
Like, I'm better one-on-one, so like that's. I should go after the big guy. Who do you want to pass it to? I should definitely go last anyway, so that the
Right,
galvanized
'cause you
stays
got
up.
the, yeah. Do you want to deal with conelings and then we can go in, you two
Yeah,
can
sounds
go
like
in
a
at
plan.
Needler, is that okay?
And
Yeah,
if
let's see how
necessary- if
conelings are
necessary,
going.
I can
Right.
help with this.
Could be bad.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to use Burst Your Bubble on them. It'll attack multiple targets using my using bubbles, and I mid-die against each one. And then I take damage equal to the max die.
I keep saying galvanized. It's play the hits.
I want to use my hero points.
All
But I
of them.
have a
Alright.
-4 hinder. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
So, +3 to this.
Yes, so +3 and -4.
Well, there's also +1 from Lucas.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I'm gonna use that too.
Just straight down the middle.
throw that
Just
there,
touches
yeah.
regular old.
So 1, 4, and a 6. So they all take 4 damage,
Okay.
and I'll take a 6.
All right.
One survives, or two survives.
2 survive.
Wow, nicely done.
Yeah, I think it's
Well
fine.
done,
I think we're
Bubbles.
fine.
I like that.
I think everything's okay.
Good. You're killing more UN commandos.
Well, look.
Maybe, we don't know. We don't know until we kill them what they're wearing underneath.
They're not UN commandos
Yeah,
anymore,
these
I'm
could
pretty
be
sure.
Any
gonna be
kind
so
of
bad.
commandos.
I mean, more to the
Venezuelan,
point,
Ecuadorian.
they're trying to kill us, and we have no means of restraining them other than putting them in a bubble and hoping.
We're going to find out.
Right.
It's the
Making
K-pop
them bleed
group
to
that we
death is a
performed
form
with.
of restraining them.
Yes.
All right.
We didn't.
Oh, and I'm in the red zone. Great.
Who are you going to pass this to?
Oh boy.
Only our group would be like, yeah, red zone.
Well, she gets heals in it.
Let's see. I'm going to pass it off to Mishap, I think.
Or
Cool.
do you want coneling? Oh, no, you want to do the name.
I go straight for the
Never mind.
missile launcher. I'm going to start trying to fuck it up enough to break it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So you get up there and you see that like what there is there's a console there for sure, right? That kind of controls some amount of stuff. And what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? They're like so. There's like bay doors kind of down like concrete doors
So,
down there, and then there's a console there.
Missile launcher implies that it's like a missile silo launches missiles straight up. Missile
Yeah.
launcher implies that it launches them out in a trajectory of some kind.
It's a silo.
Yeah, it's like a silo.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
that changes what I'm going to do.
Okay, good. Sorry, yeah. There's like silos, like silo up on the top of the
Like it's
mountain,
the- it's
and like
the-
a console
The
that
fuel's
like
decompressing, and that's the smoke
yeah, exactly.
that's lifting. Yeah, it's
coming out
Now.
of there. Yep.
Does this silo have some sort of door at the top that opens to let the missile out?
Yes, definitely.
What would happen, for instance, if that door was to rust shut and be unable to open?
That's a good question.
Let's do that.
Okay, sounds good.
We'll find out.
Uh-huh.
And it all depends on how many
Cool.
twists you get.
Yeah, exactly.
this
Right.
works out.
Right. So it's a big door. So to do this, I'm gonna let you do it, but I'm gonna have it be 2 overcomes. All right.
Okay.
It's gonna be a couple of overcomes to try to rust this door shut.
All right, so the first one, I'm going to take just one of the supports that's keeping it propped up, and I'm just going to rust it shut. Basically rust it to nothing.
Okay.
So that it falls shut.
Sounds good.
So that's metal, and it is, and it is a D8. There's my other D8. And got my galvanize.
Only fuck kill.
And I've got my +1 from Lucas, and I'm going to use my +3 from last issue.
All right.
And you have. Did you say galvanize?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
So
Sorry,
I'm
I was
working
reading
on
it as play the hits.
+6, and I can use my max die because I'm using a bonus supplied by a member of my team, using principle of the team.
Where's that word again?
Hush you.
So that
team leader, or is he the
is an
principal of the
11.
team?
An 11. Oh, so you succeed, and you like rust the heck out of it, and like you are really on your way to getting like succeeding in getting the whole thing to kind of rust shut. So, cool.
Nice.
And that's what I do.
Very good. Who are you gonna pass it
And
to?
I will pass it off to who hasn't gone yet.
They haven't, and the bad guys haven't.
Yeah, Jen was the end of the round.
I'm the
so
only
if
one
you go
who's
back
gone.
to Jen.
All right.
Other than
Do you have a thing that you want to do? Only because, like, if you have an overcome or an attack that you want to make, then
Not.
you'll
I
get the
mean,
bonuses from it. Because I'm not going to keep up this song.
Not specific. I can like attack conelings.
I mean,
So
that's,
from your perspective
sounds
over there,
great.
you can see Needler as well.
That's true. I can attack
Yeah.
Needler.
Yeah, Needler is standing kind of down, and you can sort of see where he is, but it's a lot easier to see from over
Yeah.
you on this side of the
Okay.
hill. Where
In that
Needler
case-
seems to be standing on a section of catwalks there next to. There's a few different cages,
He's on
kind
the
of
catwalk.
kind of like jail cell-like cages that have a bunch of people, like adults and kids and families, a bunch of stuff in these cages that are padlocked shut, kind of there.
Okay,
And
that's
there's
not good.
a bunch
weird.
Less
of
good.
like tanks of various stuff around, some like chemical manufacturing looking stuff around there as well.
So what you're saying is we should have asked you to describe the scene before.
I mean, if you want to
Well,
like look.
we couldn't see that until just now.
Yeah, just
Oh,
like
because
the only person who can see it
Is Jen.
at all is Jen over here. So that's why, like,
Yeah,
this is the first
Jen.
time it's relevant because she's managed to disable. this stuff and
Yikes.
see it.
Just
I
make it
had a plan. I mean,
What were you going to do?
well, I was just gonna attack Needler.
You can still do that.
Not a terrible plan.
So
You can also unlock the padlocks.
right. Then I started thinking about these padlocks
Portable
and,
hole.
and unlocking those.
Or a
So
little
can you
creature with
describe a
padlock
little
fingers, or like lockpick
they're
fingers.
just regular cages?
Yeah,
with
they're basically padlocks.
padlocks
So
on
what,
them.
what there are is there's like a cliff, like a rock, a stony wall, like a short cliff.
It looks like
right?
a coneling made of lockpicks.
And there's the catwalks kind of go up close to it and kind of along it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a bunch of different kind of cells. Have you seen the Mask of Zorro?
Yeah, that's exactly.
It's
what I'm
exactly like the
picturing.
Mask of
Yes.
Zorro, yeah.
Okay,
So
great.
imagine the Mask of
All right.
Zorro.
Thank you. I just wanted to make sure
And
that's where we
there's
were.
people
Oh, is this
there.
a Mask of Zorro
Yeah, yeah.
situation?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a few different situations going on here.
Yeah, but this
So-
is like right before she goes
Yeah,
up and breaks
exactly
the,
right. Yeah,
okay.
that's where we are.
It's a
This
little
part
bit
is like the
Rock,
Mask of Zorro.
Because
Yep, a little bit of that,
A little bit of
a little bit of
that.
that going on.
A
There's
little bit of that.
a little bit of Star Trek Generations going on.
Oh, is the radio interference field still up?
Yes,
Okay.
it definitely is.
Just as an aside,
now we can
as
just
soon
be
as
like,
that
call in
drops,
air.
Yeah.
I want to notify the UN of like
What's going on?
metamorphic gas of some
Right.
sort. People are being held in cages.
Right.
And the UN soldiers got turned into pine cones.
Right.
leave that part out.
No, I'm going to tell them because maybe they can still save them
makes
with
us
their
look bad.
competent
Makes us
medics.
look less good.
I have a theory. How many cages are there?
There's 4.
That's not.
Perfect. I have
How
a
do we look good
theory,
to start with?
and I don't know if this is going to work,
Okay, tell me the theory.
but we're going to try it. So when I did, when I used my quality of perspective, and so when you're drawing perspective, you usually draw in the 4 lines of your force perspective so that you can like.
Yeah.
So those lines are still in the sky. I would like to take those and just turn them into solid and bring them down to break each of the 4 padlocks.
Okay.
1 line per padlock, like a metal rod, just right through the padlocks, or through the back of the cage if it creates enough of an opening for them to get out.
But not through the people.
Not
Sure.
through the.
So you're going to
people.
try to you want
That's
to
bad.
do a single kind of overcome to
Take those 4
to
lines
open all
from
4
being this way
cages at
to
once.
going down and into the
Right,
cage
exactly.
padlocks.
Okay.
Is that a risky action?
But you have, yeah.
So I still have my collected trade I could use.
And
Right.
this definitely sounds like something involving great power.
Right. Yeah. So you can. Here's what I would say.
Yeah.
I'll make you the deal.
Okay.
Make you such a deal.
Okay.
I'll let you try to do this.
Yeah.
But it's going to be real hard, right?
Sure.
And
makes
so the attempting to do this means you're going to have it's going to take all of your focus, all of your energy, and kind of stretch you really thin.
Yep.
So you can try to give it a go, but you're going to have a -3 hinder,
1 for
Okay.
each additional thing.
basically. Exactly.
That's fair.
Instead of doing it 1 at a time.
Okay.
Because you have a +2?
And +1 from Lucas if you haven't used it.
No, I used that.
Yeah.
What's the other one?
That was that was the destruction of both things at
That
once
was-
to get the shield down.
That was how I destroyed the entire shield in 1.
Yeah, yeah. You did a real good thing.
Oh, well, I didn't write down the +1 for you, though.
What +1?
Oh, you haven't gone yet. I'm trying to create things that don't exist.
No, I'm still
I mean,
giving
like
you a
this here.
appropriate.
You have a +2.
I do still have a +2
Yeah,
from
you
two
still
sexy?
have. I'm still playing.
I haven't
Oh,
gone
okay.
yet.
Yeah.
I have to go
All right,
next.
cool. So
Right.
it nets out to be a -1 then.
Right, correct.
Okay.
If you're going to use all that. Now, you also have, you can use your Principle of Great Power
Mm-hmm.
to overcome. And also, you do have a collected trade to do collected trade tricks with.
Yeah, you should definitely do a collected trade trick on this
Oh,
probably.
yeah. Okay, so illusions, perspective, like I mentioned, using my Principle of Great Power. So I'll get to use my max die.
And we'll get a hero roll.
And I'm in
Jonas just
Yellowzone.
gave you a +2 because artists work best under pressure.
So now it's a plus.
But now you got to describe it
Oh
smart.
my
Now it's a
gosh,
+1.
this is so good.
Now, yeah, you got to describe this real good.
And I need to decide if I'm going to use my collector trade beforehand,
Mm-hmm.
right? So yeah, I'm going to use my collector trade. Great.
No, you can actually decide to collected trade after.
Can I? Okay, cool.
What you're going to do with it.
So yeah, so like I said, there's these 4 cages, right? Where are they? Are they in a line?
Yeah.
Okay.
Imagine the Mask of Zorro. Like
Draw it.
Yep. I can't
don't.
draw that.
I really thought you were going to say, I can't draw.
So right now, if you look in the sky, you see the lines that look like they're going back into space. And so what I'm going to do using perspective, instead of having them go back into space, is that I'm going to bring them, like turn them and bring them down so that now they're creating, instead of being receding back, they're just vertical lines in the
Yeah.
sky. And then I'm going to, with all of my will, bring them down as hard as I can, but precisely so that they come down and hit
Through each padlock.
padlock.
Perfect.
Yep.
Cool.
I get to use my max
I see a 9.
die, which is a 9, and I have
A net +1.
a net +1.
So 10.
Thank you, Lucas. So that's a 10, which would be
Which is a success.
just regular success, yeah?
I believe
Regular
so.
success.
12 is when it gets real.
Yeah. I
That's
am
just
not
a
going to
good
push my luck. I'm going to keep it as a regular success,
Okay.
I think.
You don't want to max out
I-
one of those.
So if you maxed out one
No,
of
it
them,
would only go up by 1.
Yeah.
You can only max out the
'Cause
10,
it's only-
the 9 to the 10.
Right, and so it still doesn't get me up into like a
12.
crazy success. So I think I'm
Right.
just
Yeah.
going to leave it at
Yeah,
a
yeah.
regular success.
right, that's perfect. So you do it. So boom,
Yep.
you do it, and now the
Everything's
doors
a
are
0
open,
point.
and the people can get out.
Yes.
So they start to kind of start scrambling out and down the catwalk.
points.
Yep, I
Used,
Yeah, now-
how you did maxed out.
Yep, and once those lines come down,
I've used my hero
they're
points
they're
for
going
They
to
vanish.
disappear.
That's right.
Yep,
Perfect.
Still
yep.
a +1.
So
Nice. All right, who do you pass it to?
So everybody's
I gotta-
free?
get rid of my drawing of.
They're not
Perspective
running
lines.
away yet, obviously.
Yeah, they're just starting to get out.
Free to run into the forest where nothing bad ever happens.
Yeah,
once
nothing
did this
could
happen.
go wrong at all.
Yeah.
With all of these people that I've just freed that definitely won't turn into conelings.
I should probably go, and it stinks because then they can bounce. But I can get into that fight enough
And
so
I
that
think
he
that-
can't do
yeah.
things to the hostages.
We really need you to engage Needler.
You want to go?
I think so. And then we're gonna have a real bad round.
It's okay. We'll see how
Yeah.
this goes.
That's the way it is.
Okay.
All right.
Has anyone applied any hinders to him?
No.
No.
Dang.
Sorry. I was
That
would've
freeing
been-
the people.
I
That would
can
have
next
been real
turn.
good.
I can next turn.
Okay. So
Thank goodness for Lucas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
this is just going to be a pipe wrench fight.
All right.
So
Not a knife wrench, just a
no,
pipe wrench.
just a pipe wrench. That was last session. That was the first session.
First session.
First session. Wow. Time flies. So that is
When you're
Trusty
free.
Rusty is my signature weapon for my power. Close combat, and we're in yellow, right? So that's another D8.
Yes, we are.
Let's get these out here. I only use orange dice.
I'm in red.
Yeah, I'm not anywhere near it yet. So I'm going to attack using Trusty Rusty and use the max die, and I'm going to use Lucas's +1 on this. So that's a 9.
All right. So 9 damage to Needler right there.
Yeah, 9 damage to Needler. I'm just going to get right in his face.
Cool. So Needler takes 9 damage.
Ha!
Seems to
I want
be
his
quite injured,
attention.
soak up, like get a big like, that was a little bit rough. He's real muscly, real
a
strong.
ting.
You got a big like whang
Yeah, that was a good one.
pipe wrench to the shoulder, so he's like not looking in good shape. Looks a little bit pissed off.
Yeah, good.
Who are you gonna pass it on to?
Needler.
All right.
Yeah.
So what Needler does actually is he turns and he looks at you, Then he reaches his arm over like this and shoots needles out of his arm at some of the people that are escaping from your cage.
But why?
6
he's
of
a
them
bad
get
guy?
hit by the needles, fall down, and start writhing on the ground.
That's not good.
And slowly, before your eyes, transform into conelings.
But God.
Sorry.
I did my best.
You did your best. You did your best. Like
Uh,
this is not a thing we can control.
Silly conelings.
It's another
Like
hero.
as soon as we can notify the UN,
I can't
maybe they can
redirect
do
that
something,
damage
but
to myself. He's
Right.
only a hero and not.
Take control of one of them.
So Needler does that,
Oh yeah, I should.
and then passes on to the newly created conelings.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And the newly created conelings come up, and they are going to come after you because you're right there.
Yes,
you just
please.
hit Needler.
Please do.
And the 3 of them, they're going to do the same thing that the conelings that were over by Bubbles did. And 3 of them are going to attack you, and then 3 are going to hinder you.
Sure. They're gonna
So
try.
you're going to 14 damage
Yeah, that happens.
from them traveling at you. Wow. And then they hinder you for, holy crap,
Oh man.
All the.
All 6.
-6.
Yeah, that's fine. And that's pine tar.
Yeah,
or
that is
whatever?
pine tar. -6 pine tar right there.
What's
That's what's going on.
I had a
it's
reaction
minus
I
2,
could've
minus 2,
used.
minus 2 though, so it's not.
That's true. It's -2, -2, -2. Right, yeah.
-2 times 3.
Yeah. So it's like 3, but it's 3 separate ones for the next 3. kind of
Okay,
rolls that
so
you
for
do.
the next 3
Yeah.
things I do.
You piece them out as -2s.
If I punch myself in the face,
I really need to
big
remember to use
finish.
this.
Then I can get rid
Then
of.
these conelings are going to pass over to these conelings.
Makes sense.
And in fact, what these conelings are going to do is just try to defend each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
And
You gotta remember
this
that.
one is going to
That's a good
defend for 4, and the other one's going to defend for 1.
Okay.
You're seeing they're doing that. But then they're going to pass onto the scene tracker, which is going to proceed down.
TikTok.
Then the scene tracker is going to pass on to Needler. And what Needler is going to do is leave you and start charging up the catwalk stairway toward you, where you are.
Okay.
And when he gets about halfway up there, he puts both of his arms together like this and shoots a stream of needles out at you. And they hit you, wham, right in the chest.
Ow!
Are you
a coneling?
Are you in yellow?
No, I'm almost perfectly
I
fine.
need a D12. Is there a D12 over there?
Yeah, they're done.
Yeah.
1, 2, you have D12.
I will almost certainly
almost
not
far
be
enough.
in anything.
No,
no,
I
no.
might even be in
There's a
red.
bunch of
You
minions
would have
around.
had to have already been in. I could have.
But we'll see.
So this particular attack, you cannot defend against or use reactions against.
I have none of those things. So,
So
there you go.
you take 11 damage,
Okay.
and you who are still who's like running past and behind you take 5.
Sure. I'm now in the yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Running
I
up and doing that.
Oh, I'm 1 away from red.
Then Needler passes back to the conelings that are over here.
Yeah, I bet they do.
And the conelings are going to
Let's tell you about incapacitated.
do. These 3 are going to attack you again. 13 more damage.
That's it?
Yeah.
Down.
You're down. Boom.
Down.
So you fall,
that's
knocked
exactly-
down for the conelings. So you are now incapacitated. So you can use your incapacitated ability,
Yes.
not the other one. And then the other 3 conelings are going to start hurrying in your direction.
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
Of course they are.
Oh, it was nice.
And finally, the
that
conelings
happens
are going to pass it back to the
You know the
environment that goes like this. And then you're not dead. You're just incapacitated.
Oh, I'm dead.
If you want to be dead, you certainly may be. All right.
Don't be dead.
I just want to make Adam draw more stuff.
And now we're going to pass it
I
back
hate to do this
to yeah.
You
Did these conelings go?
It's fine. The character.
So
looks
they
exactly
actually
the same
start
as the-
running away.
just a different
Oh,
name.
okay.
Specifically.
They
yep.
flee.
Yep. They start fleeing.
Say
Okay.
hello to
Yep.
death perspective.
And
Perception.
going to pass
Death
it on to you.
perception.
Okay, well, that was not good. My allies are down, or one of my allies is down,
What's your
and I've got an angry person shooting needles at me. Okay. I'm going to take a minor twist to use a red ability,
All right. Sounds good.
and I'm going to use Overload.
Okay.
I'm going to boost all of my allies and hinder all of my enemies in the scene.
Okay.
And if I roll doubles, I have to attack each of those targets using my mid die and take a major twist.
Oh yes, his ability. Oh jeez.
Right. Well,
Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes.
So, let's see. I'm-
This is red, right?
This is a red, so I'm already taking
You're
a minor
taking a
twist.
minor twist
Right,
to
right.
use this.
I wish Adam had a camera.
And
on it
I
right
get to
now.
use I get to
Oh,
add my
that's
max
why.
and my min on the boost and the hinder. So that's a D8 for my status.
how it goes.
That's a D8 for electricity, And it's a D8 for leadership because
Oh, it's definitely leadership.
everything is looking bad. And I need another D8. Thank you very much.
So describe what you're doing.
All right, I just
Paint a picture.
burst with a crackle of electricity and
Yeah.
it arcs everywhere. And it energizes my allies and hurts my enemies, but
Sometimes.
there's a good chance this is going to get out of control.
Yeah.
All right, I rolled doubles. So I get to
Ooh, there's a
add
7, a 7, and an 8.
my max and my min.
Okay.
So
7 and an
we
8.
are being. Everybody is getting a boost of 4. All of us are getting
Okay.
a boost of 4, and all of them are getting a -4.
Okay.
Everything.
So a hinder. Of
Yes,
4.
every
Yes.
enemy
gets
is getting a
hinder of
-4, and
Okay.
every hero is getting a +4.
But also,
And then I have to take a major twist and attack everybody for
Okay.
7.
Question.
Yes.
do I get hit?
No, I mean
Okay.
you're just incapacitated.
I didn't know if there was any negative.
No,
hit.
there's not.
Okay, good.
Like you're incapacitated now, and you can do your incapacitated
gonna
stuff.
take naps.
And then at the end of the scene, we'll decide what that means,
Good.
and it's up to you. Basically, what that means.
And I'm going to add my +4 that I just got to
Right.
the attack against Needler.
Okay, fantastic.
So that is a 11 against Needler
okay. So
and a 7 against all of you.
so when this energy comes in,
And a 7 against all the
And
opponents.
all the conelings, yeah.
yeah. So when this
Who just die.
Yeah.
energy comes in at Needler, the first thing Needler does is takes the energy in, the electricity energy in, and then turns his arm like this and shoots it out again at one of the conelings,
You jerk.
who then proceeds to take it and die.
Okay.
Right? Then the other damage goes out and destroys all of the conelings.
So
Right.
how does their defend work? Because they're each taking 7 damage.
Right.
Those
so
D4s.
these two over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're each taking 7 damage, and they have defend -4 and -1 respectively on them. So that
But
means
they
that they're
do get a
taking-
last chance because
Right,
they're-
they get a last
they're
chance,
D4s.
exactly. So they get that means a 3 and a 6 is what they're saving against.
So the 6.
So this one is a
Obviously
3.
just can't do it.
And this one's safe, so that one's still there, in the woods, over there, right?
But all those die,
But all of these die, yeah.
and I am very sorry, but I have to attack both of you for 7. I am immune to electricity.
Right.
I'm feeling fine. In
That's-
fact, much better, actually.
It is the end of the world as we know.
But the good thing
But I
is,
feel fine.
you both have a +4 if you have any sort of defensive abilities.
Oh, good.
Where are we in
Nah.
scene?
Who needs those?
And
Oh,
I'm
this is sort of
sorry,
a new
Only
round.
for close
because there's
range
also a minor and a major twist
Right.
that's about
So
to
what
happen.
is your min die over there?
7.
A 7. I rolled 8, 7, 7.
All right. The minor twist is that Needler is defended with a 7.
Wow, okay. He's also hindered for...
Right.
Well, he's hindered, but...
He's hindered for -4.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And defended with a 7. And the major twist,
But he's also defended for your max die.
Oh, God.
Plus your mid die.
how this goes.
Like,
So nervous.
Look, our
how
Mechanics.
collaborative do you want this to be?
Yeah.
Does the rocket start launching?
That's what that's
Like,
what I'm
is it
specifically
just pushing
thinking.
against
Yeah,
the
what I'm
thing?
thinking about is the sequence of rockets. Here's actually what just happens. You're in the red zone.
Yeah.
That's your
Okay.
major twist.
There it
Yeah.
is.
Right.
How many seasons?
There's 4
There's
left.
4.
Yeah.
4. Okay.
Right. So that's where we are.
All right.
That's the actual answer.
70
Like,
to
that's
you.
the best. At this point, everything is so complicated that I'm like, this just makes it worse, and you're in the red zone, so I like that.
I wasn't expecting him to be able to just shrug this off. I genuinely thought that this was
No,
going to be
there's-
super beneficial.
Yeah.
It
I mean,
But it wasn't, and we'll deal with
no,
that.
You killed,
you killed,
6 conelings,
yeah.
7 conelings.
Also a bunch of
Yeah.
civilians.
Also a bunch of civilians, and you both got a +4 because apparently you're into that.
Wait, how many?
I'm learning how to gauge the
Oh,
team.
all of them. They were all in the scene.
Yeah.
He killed all the civilians?
Yes.
But
The same
I
as the
worked so
conelings.
hard to freak-
Yes.
Yeah, everything's dead. He killed everyone. That monster.
That was the biggest attack we've
How
seen
could
in
we-
this entire game.
How
That's
could
definitely
we
true.
ever let Mishap be our team leader now after an event such as this?
No.
See, this is actually something that Mishap will internalize.
like
That
that,
is
like-
actually what
Yeah.
thought process
Right,
is going
like, I'm
through.
actually-
You've
like-
got this super grimdark character, and we're all just making fun of you
Right.
for your shortcomings.
But actually, this is a good because like you can figure out in the comic books and figure out how people are doing right at the end of this. But like I think that this incident is something that is good fodder for future twists and stuff that are like story based for you because this is like
You got flashbacks. That's how
Yeah.
you murdered a bunch of civilians. You monster. Oh, I was taking a nap at the time, so
Which is his own problem.
you avenged me against those civilians that murdered me. I guess
all right.
because technically they did.
What is the plan here?
Yeah, somebody's turn now.
Well, no, I have you guys.
Yeah.
Either take 7 damage or whatever.
Oh, I
but,
took 7 damage.
yeah.
I already
Okay.
did that.
and now you still have the +4s.
Well,
Okay.
I'll go next.
I
because-
want at least something
because
good to
I'm
come out of
suggesting.
this.
Like, let me go because I can
Yeah.
boost somebody with suggestion.
So how does this? So mine is boost an ally with suggestion. Do I make? I don't make. I just roll the suggestion.
No,
die?
no, you make a boost. A boost.
Oh, you just do the whole thing.
Build a die pool. Tell me what you're doing, etc.
So-
you just have to use suggestion as one of the.
Oh yeah. Well, it's definitely suggestion and persuasion. I guess I use my red status die.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's
I mean,
great.
like you're in the red zone.
Well,
over here.
right. I just as
Yeah. yeah.
For metagame for other.
Right. Yeah.
Listen,
you just use whatever.
it is distinctly possible that I will die
Yeah.
while everyone else is still in green,
Right.
and the status of the scene is in green.
Right.
Yeah. I gasp out, avenge me. And I'm gonna boost. Who do I want to boost? It's gonna be you. Am I gonna do something amazing? Who's?
I mean,
What's that? Baby, you were born to run.
Boost me.
Yeah, it's gonna be you.
okay. Do it.
Bubbles,
that one.
Bubbles, you were born to run. So it's a 4. I don't have any of those bonuses. I'm assuming because I'm out. So it's 4. So +1, 2, 2.
+2.
+2.
Cool. I thought that was gonna be more
Five,
epic.
Would, it be,
1, 2.
would a 5 give her?
No, it's at 6. It's divisible.
6 to break
Yeah,
through?
4 to 7 is +2.
4 to 7,
Plus
gotcha.
-2.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Because like that's all I can do. So please, somebody do something with it, and then I'll pass off to Bubbles.
Great.
The chat is suggesting that out abilities only use 1 die.
Mine does, for sure.
That might be. It might just be you roll your suggestion.
Oh, okay.
die.
Oh, okay.
Then that's,
That's
fine.
fine.
Don't redo it.
Yeah,
I don't
it-
care.
like, it was a-
because like
it was
I
a
said that
D10
was
anyway.
true, but that is perfectly reasonable if that is how the rule actually works.
Yeah.
So this is a situation where I don't know
It also
for sure
hasn't come up that much.
because it hasn't come up that much.
Yep.
And so when I'm running a game like this, I'm like, I will just make something up and then read about it later. So
Cool. So I can use both my boosts, right?
yeah, if you want.
Great. I'm gonna create a bunch of bubble golems.
Okay.
So I'm going to use a bubbles die and my creativity,
The needle monster.
And
is
I'm in the
good
red.
against Bubbles.
and so I'm going to create a whole bunch of bubbles.
Okay.
This is definitely your nemesis.
So I use my mid die, which is a 6,
Uh-huh.
and I add
Plus
6
4.
to it,
Oh, okay.
and that means I get 12d6 bubble golems.
Oh, okay.
Rise them
So
all
you
up.
got a massive number of bubble gums. That's
Yes.
really cool. What can they do? How do they work?
They're d6 minions.
Oh, so they're just you got them.
Yeah.
How many of them do you have?
12.
What the heck?
Oh, you get to use your max.
I get to use my min, but I was boosted.
Oh, you're
So
mid.
here's 4. I mean, I'm not going to use these dice.
Here,
They
I got
are-
some too.
Oh, okay.
There's 7.
Summon allies.
I'm using bubble golems.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out if we had the same ability or not, but mine's mid.
There we go. And they act at the beginning of my next turn.
Okay. So they're all around.
Yep.
That's a lot. A lot.
Yes.
It's a lot. It's a lot of actions. you
Yes,
get
it
to
is.
take.
All right.
Cool. You said it's
So who are you passing it on to?
It's neither Jen or the round track. Right?
Jen is pointing at herself.
probably me, right?
You think so?
I mean,
Wait, neither
What?
started the round, right?
Yes, that's
So
actually true.
it has to be Jen.
yeah.
Yeah,
guess
yeah. So that's actually totally true. And then you get to pass it to not neither. So you get to go for now that you survived letting them go twice.
Yeah.
You get to go quite a long ways before they go anymore.
Okay.
I mean, for some
Well,
definitions
most of us
survive.
survive.
Some definitions of survive, like depends on what you mean by survive. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Hey, nice up. Remember that time you murdered all those innocents?
I'm
Just,
glad that my bubble golems aren't around
just
yet.
murdered them to death.
So I was
Until they
going to
died.
do a similar thing. I was gonna take my.
The only one that
Wait,
cares.
we're in the red, right? Yeah.
Yeah. You
So
make it
I was
red.
gonna do a similar thing. I was gonna use copy and paste.
Cool.
What does that do?
Use illusions in your pool and create a number of d6 minions equal to your mid die.
Make more bubble
That is the
golems.
same.
That's the same
That is
ability.
the
Also
same
mid.
thing.
Yeah.
Make more bubble
Hers
golems.
is mid.
Yeah.
Okay, thought it was mid.
Make
Yeah.
more bubble golems. Copy and paste
So-
my bubble golems.
No, it's got to be something else. What?
Yeah.
That's what I was going
what's
to
like
do.
marble golems?
But not like Marble the Rock, like Marble.
Or they could be happy little trees, because this guy's like angry little
Yeah,
trees.
that's actually what I was gonna make a bunch of little tree, like a bunch of happy little trees to
I don't get the reference.
grab and crush. So there's this painter. No.
Yeah, you're a painter. I got it.
All right, and that's where I was gonna
What
go
is
with it, and I get a +4. It
Is that you know a lot about the U.S. mail,
That's why she wrote female M-A-I-L.
right? It's because of the post-cognition.
I don't have a spell checker ability. Okay.
It's like the worst Aquaman. It's awkward, man. Just know when the mailman's gonna come.
I need some. Nope. Here.
God, I wish we actually had that.
Right?
Yay.
Yeah, that mailman is unreliable.
That is certainly true.
I need another D10. Oh wait, no. Here I got one.
Okay.
Got one. And then
And you have a +4.
I have a +4, and we're in the red zone. But
That is true.
I'm in the yellow zone.
No,
so
it's
They use the red zone.
still
Use the red
Use the most
right?
extreme
Yep,
zone.
Yep. Okay.
Yep, but it's
Just
your
making sure.
personal one or the.
All right. And I get a +4 from my teammate murdering everyone with his save.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a
It happens in every
so
hero
7.
team.
7 golems is not bad. Or
No, it's 6
why?
because it's my mid.
+4. Oh, you're mid. Sorry.
Mid.
Sorry. You're right.
That's my
Oh, yeah, yeah.
max.
Correct.
It's a 2, and a 3.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
my mid would
Yeah.
be 2, right?
Correct,
Oh,
absolutely.
why did I thought that was a 5 over there?
So
Yeah, I
that's-
did too, for some reason.
Yeah.
looking at
That's
it.
6.
Oh, because it was like upside down, and I just glanced at it fast.
That's okay. Can I use snappy little
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
trees
yes.
for this then?
You can absolutely
Yeah.
maximize one of those.
Then it'll turn it into a 7.
Yeah. So I only get 1 off of that?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
you
you
could,
can make one of your D10s a 10.
but then you still get the mid, and that would change your mid from a 2 to a 3.
Ugh. I'm going to save it.
Okay.
It's not worth it for 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So 6.
But 6 of them is great.
6.
So you need 6
Snappy
more
little
D6s.
There are 18 golems out here.
And yours
Yeah.
are trees, and yours are bubbles.
Yes.
Okay,
They're
good.
bubble
Right.
golems.
Right.
Yeah.
I definitely think I made.
They're the cutest things ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fight. So now,
Each one of them has a bubble smiley face, like a
you're
snowman.
going to throw it to. Well, you have to throw it to the round
Not
tracker. Right?
No, the round tracker went
No.
already.
Yeah,
as
you
well.
went.
I
Oh,
can throw it to.
So you can throw it to anyone you want.
Are you okay with me throwing it to Bubbles
I mean, I don't
and her
have a dog in this race.
golem? Her yeah.
No dogs at
Her
all.
golems.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that sounds great.
Do it up.
I'm going to have 2 of these golems attack me.
Attack you.
Attack me.
Okay.
You get healed by
Because I get healed by bubbles in the red zone. So I get 7 healing out of that. And then I get a boost, what is a 7, which is...
Oh, a
plus-
7 base boost. Is it +2?
Okay, plus 2 bubbles. And I'm going to...
Are you no longer in the red?
No, I'm still in the red. But also,
keep getting
we're
attacked.
in the red, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, that's true. Right.
And
They all
I'm
attack me. I'm at max.
going to
hit
send so many bubble golems at the Needler.
Send 1 at him.
1? Okay.
points. If you attack me, a 4.
Attacks with a 4.
All right. The bubble golem comes up to Needler
Yeah.
and starts to attack Needler.
Yeah.
And as it does so, the bubbles seem to pop and burst on all of the needles, and Needler seems to actually get better instead of getting harmed.
Oh no!
Send them to
It's almost as though
disarm
there's
a
a
missile
nemesis
or like
system.
break apart the propulsion system or something like that.
Or attack yourself a bunch and have hit points at all.
I mean, they can do overcomes.
Yeah, they
Correct.
can do
They can do
overcomes.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
They can do boosts and hinders and overcomes and
Yeah.
running around.
Hit
and-
him a whole bunch and then figure out a way to heal me so I can punch him a whole bunch.
I don't think they can heal.
One of
No,
them goes
no,
to
they
med
certainly
school.
can.
Can they?
They can
No, I
heal
said
you.
they certainly can't.
Oh, I thought you said
They
they
can
could.
heal you though.
They could heal me. I don't know that I need to be healed that much.
Let's talk about how many hit points worth of damage I took this turn, which was
Um,
all of
Okay.
them.
I have an ability that allows me to make a massive attack, and if I destroy each of my bonuses, I get to add each
Like
and
a
every
band?
bonus onto it.
Oh.
So the more bonuses
Oh,
I have, the more
that's-
power I can stack into this.
How many not the bad guys can you hurt with this attack?
I can hurt one person very much.
Okay, so we're definitely going to do that. So they're all going to try to. They're all going to come over there. They're going to like start giving you like a back rub and like.
Okay, in what specific way are they helping? But
You said this was a rocky cliff.
it is now. They make you like, they take a dozen eggs and blend it for you to drink raw.
Yeah. So
See
yeah.
how many 80s movies?
Mishap
That's a
just starts
70s
running up
movie,
and down
isn't
the
it?
catwalk.
What?
Is it Rocky in the 70s? 79,
Also,
78?
He has one of them.
You specifically mentioned that that
It's
one
already-
ran away.
Yes,
Is it gone?
yes,
Okay, so Needler can't pull his trick again.
correct.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Not currently.
So
The advantage, actually, of you knocking out a bunch of civilians is that neither
That's,
can also.
that's why I.
He was going to murder them anyway. It's probably fine. But you murdered them instead.
You are the worst!
Charlie problem.
the worst!
Yes. Correct.
Normally, I would say there's no such thing as mistakes. However,
All right.
when killing civilians is involved,
The worst, easy target, and enabler, the person who cares. There's a reason we're all on a stream together.
Twos and threes are +1.
Yes, 2s and 3s are +1.
Fours are +2.
Yes, they are.
5s are +2.
Yep,
6s are +2.
yep.
Okay. So you get 2 +1s and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 +2s.
So plus 14 and
So plus another 2.
so plus 16 total.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
As they pamper you.
Okay.
Yes.
And then it's my turn. Then I have to do stuff. I'm going to alien boost.
Make some bubble gold.
Boost all nearby allies using bubbles, using your max and mid die. So I'm going to use bubbles. I'm going to use creativity. And I'm going to use my
What's the name of this?
status die. Alien boost. It's we called it boost your bubble
Oh, okay.
last time. So my max and mid is 5 and 5. So
Wow.
plus 10
So a 10.
Or
10.
But you're making a boost out of
or
a 10, which is a
is
plus
10
3.
is a plus 3.
Yeah.
So you get another plus 3. You get a plus 3. And I get a -1.
Not bad, not bad. And Needler
Consider
still
it a
hasn't
plus
gone
2
since
or plus
Needler
3?
got a -4 Hindler. Hindler.
plus-
Hindler.
Hindler. They need their Hindler. Okay.
Hindler.
Oh, also all my bubble golems get that.
Oh,
And all of your golems get that.
now
So the
we're
trick
into
is
the
to
part,
make-
you know when you're playing Sons of the Multiverse and you need all of the tokens?
Right.
Yeah.
With it.
See, now's a good
Yep.
time to like send them all after the missile to try and overcome it, because we can't send them after Needler.
Well, these aren't bubbles.
these aren't bubbles.
I don't know if
These
it's.
are
I don't
trees.
know if it's like a minion thing or a bubble thing. Like I
what
don't
if
know.
we
That's
find
true.
out? Because
Well,
everything
why
else
don't
here
I
is
go?
tree themed.
Why don't I go so that I can do this before? I mean, unless you want to do that and find out for sure, because that's actually a really good idea.
It's
Because like sending one to attack him and then sending the rest to do a thing is a
yeah,
perfectly
and see
good
which way
idea.
it goes. Because
Yeah.
worst case, I
Yeah, that's where I
can
can
maybe
make
come up with a
second
way
boost
to boost you
Yeah.
or something along those lines.
Yeah,
You want
sounds
to
like a
try
plan.
it? Does that work?
Yeah.
Well, I can boost him. If you throw it to me before him, then I can just boost.
Okay.
That's literally
Right.
the only thing I can do. That's my job right now.
All right. So I'm going to throw. I'm going to start with 1. And one of my happy little trees is going to go after Needler here.
All right. Runs up there. This is a happy tree. What kind of tree is this, would you say? What do they look like?
Palm trees.
No, I mean they're like a pine tree, pretty much.
They're also pine trees?
They're also pine trees.
Oh, they're just
yeah.
nice pine trees.
They're just happy pine trees compared to snappy little pine cones.
Right.
And the little is a misnomer. They're average size.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. We're gonna see how this goes.
Okay, okay.
And so this
So
also
you're
has a
attacking
+3.
Needler.
You know,
It was almost a 4. It was on 4
It
for
was
so
so
long.
close.
and it's
So that's a 4.
1.
So it looks like he was a little bit defended. He was like defending from some lightning from a while. So it looks like that like absorbs a lot of the damage, but doesn't look like he heals or anything.
Okay. Cool.
Keep throwing them at him.
Gang up.
Pile on. Because you know what's better than you punching him for all of his hit points? You punching a
roll this
rocket for all of
What's
its
it?
hit
I have
points.
a rules question.
Yeah.
These.
Like, you have a
minions,
plus 19.
do you
Imagine what you can do to a
attack these
rocket with
minions?
your I just break
what?
stuff
Will
ability.
you ever
I
attack
just
these
rusted to
minions?
nothing.
You're right.
Okay.
What?
Like that's
'Cause I
actually
have
I think
ability
that's
based on
actually the bigger
reaction.
threat. You know.
Oh,
that
no,
makes
I
sense.
do agree.
I know you're into killing innocents.
No, no, no.
But
Attack them.
you should probably not let this
But are you
rocket.
going to attack with all those?
Yeah, so I'm
Cool.
gonna send all these your way.
Yeah.
So I got 5 more coming your way.
Yep.
Also,
These are all plus 3, right?
Turn, so don't worry about it.
Yes.
So bad at rolling.
Well, so now the 6
I'm gonna
bounce
boost
out the
you,
ones.
it's fine.
Right.
Yeah, no, I'm sure.
So I got
17
2
plus
6s, a 3, a
15.
1, and a 1.
Yeah, so 17 plus 15 for the boosts.
32.
So 32. So that is a huge amount of damage.
Yeah.
They all come up and like tree attack.
Yeah, I figured they kind of all swarm up, they surround you, and they just start like scratching and clawing at you and digging at your spikes and
Some are
whatnot.
throwing pine cones from further back.
So he's looking
Pine cone
in
grenades.
like just okay shape.
Just okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like, he's kind of mad. There's a bunch of pine trees around here. Messing him up. That's his deal.
Yeah.
Hey, Jen,
Yeah.
you gonna throw to me? You gonna throw to me?
I'm gonna take my turn.
Oh, I forgot you have a turn. I forgot that wasn't your turn, I should say.
Yeah, the same thing happened with the bubbles. Like,
Yeah.
when you
Everybody's
have
like,
this many
"Oh."
minions. Yeah.
Can I copy and paste again, or is that
Yeah.
just cheesy?
We're gonna run out of D6s.
I mean, at some point, yeah, we're running out of resources, which is D6s. Can you make D8s or D4? Minions of some
there are
sort?
D6 minions. Sorry.
I mean,
I think it's time for Magnopus, no?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, I mean,
Let's do
Magnopus
it.
is great.
All right.
Where are the rest of your dice?
They keep moving over there.
What do you need? Tell me what you want.
All right. So
Whichever
I'm
you
using
want.
creativity, so I need 10, and illusions, so I need a 10, and then a D6. Because we're in
Well,
the red zone.
Here,
I
this is
certainly
the
don't have
last
D6s.
D6.
Okay.
It's the last D6
So,
at this table.
tell me the tale.
90
Weave for me.
D6s.
So
Hey, she draws a gun. It's a magnum.
hold on, I'm going to
opus.
ask you a rules question before I do this.
Yeah.
This reaction.
Yeah.
This can occur each time one of these is destroyed, or just once.
Each time. When one of them is destroyed.
What, our very stupid group that's very
So
stupid?
if I destroyed
Oh.
all of these, can I use that 6 times in a row? Like if my Magnum just destroyed those.
That is
Yeah.
a really good question. I don't remember the answer. Can you use more than one reaction in a turn?
No.
No.
One reaction per
One reaction
Okay.
per turn.
Yeah.
One,
Okay.
one action, one reaction.
Right.
Jody, you are given a +1 from Fenris Gunnarsson.
Ooh, fantastic.
Oh, you got a new card for it.
Okay,
All right.
so
Yeah.
yeah.
As opposed to like golden gun
So
opus.
I'm going to actually take
9mm opus.
Right.
one of my happy
Thinking
little
of the Burt
trees,
Reed character.
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to go in and redraw it in some ways so that now it's larger, it's looming, the
Sequoia.
it's a redwood, it's just massive.
It's a deadwood. Wait, that's a different thing.
So now it's got like branching
outline
out
add
with
on.
multiple
Yeah.
arms that are coming over, and all of the smaller trees kind of back away for it so that it can come through. And the bark on it hardens to almost like stone, and it just comes in and looms, and it's just snarling and growling, and it comes over and it just starts scratching and clawing at Needler.
A 2 and a 3.
Yeah.
Attack using creativity. Use your max plus mid plus min.
Oh, right.
I have to take a major twist for this, but that's okay.
13 with
All
a
right.
major twist.
Oh, right. 13. So it attacks a lot.
13 plus. Oh wait, no. Can I do math? 8, 9, 10. What is it? 13 plus 3 from.
Okay.
16.
So 16.
hurts him quite a bit. Stuff is going kind of
Not his way.
not his way, but all of a sudden the rocket doors start to open and the rocket itself starts to come out, up and out. And this is the consequence of that.
Okay.
Oh, that changes what I'm
So
doing.
You get a +4 mishap from J Fan.
Oh, this is gonna be great.
part of the way that it was attacking,
You
as
go
it
hug a
was
rocket.
like scratching and snarling,
It's just
it,
like
it was actually like
It's
turning
very
into what are the words I want? Not like a wood chipper, but like parts of it were like sticking and staying in it.
Yeah.
So that illusion is now gone and is destroyed from that attack,
Okay.
so that I can use my reaction. Is that fair?
So, you want to.
I want
She wants
for the
to
magnum
kill
opus.
her
It
illusion.
has to.
Right.
It has to destroy itself to.
I don't know that you can do that necessarily.
Okay.
Like, when it
I'll
gets
save
destroyed
it.
by some reason or by some damage or something like that, otherwise, like, if you can just say that it also, like, destroys it. Like, I would
didn't
let
know
you.
because it was the magnum opus that required a major twist. If that would be, that's fine.
Yeah, I won't.
All right,
I'm going to go the
That's
major
cool.
twist in this direction. Yeah.
that's fine.
All right, whose turn is it?
I think Matt. Yeah.
To boost and then
My last
So
ounce of
there.
strength.
Your last.
I slide down to my belt where there's an old school yellow Sony Walkman. With a speaker on it for some reason. It's a Talk Boy. It's a Talk Boy. Because it's got the speaker on the outside.
Yeah.
And I hit play. It starts playing Everybody Hurts. So that I can boost you. Using suggestion. 'Cause everybody hurts. So that's an 8.
So that gives you a +3.
So now, what's your magic plus now? Read it out loud to the class. This is really important.
So my plus at this point is. I'm just making sure I've got all this done right, but my plus is +30.
Yeah, that's
What?
about right.
The
Okay,
heck?
So plus
So-
16, +4, +3, +4, +3.
All right. So, do you want to do a massive amount of damage or the overcome of a lifetime?
I know exactly what I'm doing,
Okay.
which is I'm going up to the rocket, and Scavenger Bot is going to start burrowing, and I'm going to start rusting this thing. And it's not even rust; it's just like entropy. I'm just taking it apart at the most basic level.
Okay.
Like there's going to be nothing left of this thing.
That is fantastic.
So you roll your
You
dice.
don't really necessarily need to roll on this.
I mean,
I'm still going.
but
the
you
math
you
is
certainly may.
important. Remember, you have a +30 on this.
Yeah, so I can use my max die, which is a 12.
So it's a 42.
So it's a 42. And honestly, because I was going to use I was going to use Explodabot, which
Yeah.
is I use my max play. It's Magnum Opus, but instead
Yeah.
of a major twist, I have to explode Scavenger
Right.
Bot, and I can't use him again.
Right.
Scavenger Bot gets caught up in this too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like it's a success beyond everything.
Right.
But Scavenger
Where's that
Bot
fall on the
is
chart?
pieces and bits that I'm going to have to reassemble
All right.
before I can use them again.
So what happens is the rocket explodes and is completely destroyed, and the force of the energy of destroying the rocket goes down into the rocket shaft. And as it happens, you see off in the distance on other mountains and hills explosions that come up, pa-choom, 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 and gouts of flame that come up all
They
the
lit the
way
beacon.
along the kind of countryside, all the way along.
Creating volcanoes, no big deal.
And if that hopefully gets rid of the radio interference, I can call
Yes.
the UN for medics.
Yes,
Please,
the
God,
radio
medics.
interference is also entirely gone.
We have civilians down and
Right.
UN soldiers that have been transformed into pine cones.
Right.
An overcome that has way exceeded the chart.
And this guy killed a bunch of people.
Right.
Completely innocent
We
people.
might be able to save them.
They're definitely dead.
So that was very
One of
spectacular.
them's alive.
That was excellent.
Yeah, that was the appropriate use of a
Just
plus
decide
30.
for whom the
Who do you
bonus
pass
is.
it on to now?
I think Bueller's the only one left.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I have to pass it to Needler.
All right. So Needler now has seen this happen, but you're right there,
Yeah,
D12
next to
there.
Needler.
Yeah.
goes away. I can't use it.
So what Needler is going to do now,
Just throw
in
it
an attempt to
away.
get away
I have to throw it away and
swallow
buy a
it.
new one.
or escape,
Harsh rules.
Needler is going to just shoot a bunch of needles right at you to try to
Yep.
knock you down so you can get out of the way. So is going to attack using needles and ranged combat. And now there are, unfortunately for him, no minions around.
And he has a -4.
And it's a -4, exactly. So you cannot defend or use reactions against this attack.
There's a lot.
There's a lot of
There's
what?
a lot of minis around, actually.
There's a lot of
None of his.
But that's 0 damage because the max is a 4. And that is what Needler does. That is the end, which is super
That might be the
anticlimactic.
end of Needler.
Right. And then
Send it
the
to Smirkum Smile.
right, then the action can go directly back to who wants to do.
Needler picks, right?
Yeah, I know, but neither picks. But do you have a preference?
I don't, actually.
I'd say
You want me to
10,
just-
yeah.
Okay.
All right,
I want to give it to Gene.
throw some more trees at him.
Now you do whatever you need to do.
I'm still feeling kind of angry that team leader over there killed a bunch of people. So I'm gonna put my wrath into Needler here.
Team leader.
I mean, you're not the only one. I'm angry at me too.
yeah, I'm mad too. We're all mad.
I deserve this.
I mean, it's probably okay. Like, it's.
Ay, ay, ay. Do you
It's
want
just
to
what
roll
happens.
all at
No,
once?
just roll them all once. Yeah.
I wrote it on the
Do
character.
they still have the +3s from Jody? That's
No.
gone.
No,
right?
that's gone.
Okay,
It's
was
way
on
gone.
consistent, yeah.
Million-
My
million-
making
bubble
sure.
golem still have it.
That's 19 damage. Okay, so with that, all of the other the happy trees pile on top of Needler and tear him to the
I'm
ground.
assuming they sound kind of like.
Oh,
guinea
they're
pigs.
giggling
Yeah.
and like it's kind
So
of.
now
that's
Needler has
really
class
cute.
as
It's
well.
adorable and yet very creepy
Oh,
how
it's super
happy they
creepy.
are
Yeah.
while they're just tearing
It's just
down.
needle blood.
Yeah.
So this is the
Sap.
end of the scene,
Just sap everywhere.
and the United Nations helicopters come in.
I just sit down and start collecting scavenger bot bits.
Right.
It's definitely still playing.
And they're kind of looking through people and looking them up and taking people back. And it turns out that the vats that were here, sitting around, are all some of this like biotoxin stuff that Needler secreted that turns people into the conelings. As you're going
They were
through.
milking Needler?
Yeah.
Yes. And
Tapping
in fact, the
Needler.
rocket that they were going to launch was going to launch a like primitive aerosolized version of that at a city to try to turn people into.
I think we made the right choice.
And
probably.
you know now as the United
Europe's
Nations
not,
comes in
but
and tells you more, like they kind of search around and figure out if they'd gotten the biomimetic isotope from Shen Laboratories, they could have made the devastation from spreading that isotope along a much larger area really fast and turned a whole city into codelings.
None of this makes any sense, though.
We're no closer to figuring out where Ninja Rocket
So you're
Guy came
searching.
from.
So you're searching around, and you find out that. So, what else do you do while you're here? That's what I want
Well,
to know.
I don't
We're
do
almost
much
close to
of
the-
anything.
Well,
I mean,
you
I
could
try
get
and find out if the
recuperate.
civilians are going to be okay, or if I did just kill everybody.
right. So we want to go through here and figure out a few things before you leave, basically.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
So
we
they're
never
working on
want.
evacuating all of you. So it looks like the civilians and people are like barely clinging to life, including Needler. So Needler's going to go to a maximum security supervillain prison. And everyone else is going to go to a hospital. They're going to have like a United Nations laboratory look at all the conelings and see if they can revive them or try to find an antidote to this particular biotoxin. And so that's what's
And make
going
sure
on.
they know where the truck full of
Right, of more
other
of
conelings
all the
are.
conelings is.
Yeah, it's very easy to find.
Right, it is. It is very bright.
Bright pink.
And there's actually been like a kind of another counter coup in Venezuela now, after all of this happened and these explosions went off. So what happened to Hourly Rage?
Oh.
Like you can be fine and get revived.
Oh yeah,
Do you
no,
want
no,
to be-
I'm,
okay,
I'm
yeah.
still into this.
Great. Okay.
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Yeah.
I joke about making characters.
Right, of course,
'cause
exactly,
That's
right.
that enables me to go, no, I'm just going to play this character
Yeah.
like a total jerk and just run into fights and get
Right.
in trouble because that's fun and moves the plot along.
Fantastic. That's good.
Why?
So you get choppered out. Yeah.
Why did the golems kill Needler?
Because they seem to be under some amount of psychological control of Needler,
Oh, interesting.
specifically.
Okay.
Yep. And so that
Almost
is
as though he might be your nemesis.
that is one thing that kind of is going on. So now they look around here and find here examples of some of the rocket technology you saw before, and find like this is definitely and find information like some of the hacking stuff that you found before. And John England comes, he's loading you up in the helicopter, and you're getting a medevac, and you're going out of there. There's a bunch of planes kind of taking off, and they're working on this time adapting Kevin Folk's technology so that you can safely fly in a plane occasionally when they're moving you around.
I wonder if we can make it some sort of portable device. You like
Right.
you have like a button on your belt where you're like,
Yeah, that's like
now I'm not
several.
destroying
That's
anything."
several seasons from now, right?
Yeah.
Where you like slowly
You
see the
actually
evolution
control
of
your powers at all.
Oh, that kind of thing, right?
Couldn't
Exactly.
quite get it to work, so he's just being towed behind. Like
At a safe distance, just being dragged behind a plane.
Right. And
Fluffy.
as you're getting up into the plane, you're all going away in the plane. There suddenly comes over every radio frequency, every television set in the world, an announcement, and there's a shadowy figure
That is a class act.
standing. Yes.
Hold on, just
Yeah.
the stream froze for a sec. So
Okay.
Give it just a second.
Yeah. No worries.
This is very important.
Yeah, this does seem important.
That's true. Let me know when the stream's back.
That's a villain
So-
villain power. That's a villain power move.
Yeah.
So there is a shadowy figure standing there, backlit, you can't see him, who says, "I am Dr. Exuzio, and I have taken control of this. I have pulled the city of Strasbourg into the Cyberland, and I now am. All of your governments now need to pay homage to me as the ruler of the world." And he makes a series of demands, basically saying that he has developed a set of biotoxins and other devices that will let him control anyone in the world, any population in the world. And if the world leaders do not pronounce him the leader of the world, then he will. He has all the information from controlling the city of Strasbourg and the European Union information net, and he has this technology, and he has the rocket technology to deliver it. And even though there were setbacks from his governments in Venezuela and his attempts to get additional technology, he now has sufficient information and sufficient technology to rule the world and force everyone to obey him.
this is a normal thing on your planet, right?
That's what happens.
This just happens every week.
Every day. It's
Yep.
constant with this.
Yep.
Yeah.
So-
All right.
So that's what happens as you're in the airplane.
So one thing that I want to do in the aftermath
Yeah.
is I do want to get a list of the victims of that overload so I can, at the very least, send them condolence cards. Because, good lord, that was not what I wanted.
Yeah.
I kind of
Get well
forgot.
soon.
I genuinely forgot that there were civilians that were going to get hit by that. Like, you guys getting hit, I was okay with. The minions getting hit, because you're heroes and you can take it, and I can apologize to you directly. I didn't realize
is a
there were
strong
civilians that were like in danger, and that's on me, and I have to live with it.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I
you
feel
couldn't
like
even retcon that to a max die because that would have also
Yeah, no,
been a
there
double.
was
It
nothing
would have
good
actually
about
just
that,
been
right?
worse.
Except for the fact that I kind of glad I did it because it was the right move at the
No,
time.
that was totally sweet.
It's just, oh.
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like
So
The
now it's
least
a,
I can do
Barb
is apologize.
Yeah.
yeah. And as
Barb
a
is
credits roll, you're
not-
like in the airplane after you hear this.
Barb's not
Oh, and then there's the
terribly happy
dramatic-
with
No,
it
I
about
understand,
that
nor should you be.
decision.
Yeah.
But you know, I
Where
feel like
the
she walks
name of
over
the
and you're
team?
trying to.
Yeah.
and the logo that
Make
Jen
it
definitely
right.
designed.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Rolls up. Do you want to?
But-
You want to announce it? You should. We've been mean to you.
Yeah. So we've decided on a team name. We are the Escalators because things go up and down,
Mostly down, but
mostly
yeah,
down.
Mostly down, and then they go a little up. It's fine.
More like a roller coaster. You know what? We're workshopping it. The escalators works fine.
Later.
So what do you want to do next time?
Well, I guess we have to go to
Like go. Yeah.
I
Strasbourg.
think we have to go to Strasbourg and try and get into Cyberland.
Yeah.
That's now a place, not Flavortown, but you know.
Yeah, so
Maybe
so
it's
John
adjacent,
England tells you
Flavortown adjacent,
that basically the entire
Oh,
what has
I'm
happened.
sorry.
They don't know where this Dr. Exuzio's broadcasts are coming from. Like they're coming from what the area of eastern France, formerly known as Strasbourg, right on the Rhine. But they don't have any contact with that area. That area is basically like satellites fly over it, and there's nothing. It's just like a whole, like a nothingness. Like blacked out nothingness, so they don't know exactly what's going on. There's a weird energy field around it. And that's where the transmissions are coming from, but they don't know if that means that this individual is there or somewhere else, and it's quite unclear to everyone.
I mean, I think that going there is probably our best bet at figuring stuff out. If
mean,
there's
I
an
don't-
energy field, we can probably collapse it.
What other options we have?
Yeah.
We don't have too many other leads going on right now, right?
Because they know that all this is connected, so. All right, sounds good.
Yeah. So I have a +1 that I got.
Yes,
After I was able to use
definitely
it.
save it.
Save it for
Save
next
it
time.
Oh yes, it
Okay.
comes up next time. That's really
Okay,
important.
cool.
Does anyone in the chat have any questions? Or
Yeah,
So
please.
highlights from the chat are there's a new hashtag, hashtag Major Twist Life that I'll be using. John Garro says mishap needs a Faraday cage.
Yes.
but they're working on it slowly. It's a
Speedy Orak thought that every game just begins with Major Twist.
Right, Major
Like,
Twist,
that's
and
how
then
you
you start
start
playing.
it.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
how we do it.
It's that weird. Yeah.
At the beginning, when you were trying to get into the fence, Pseudonym had suggested to
Dad
just
does it.
draw a door in the fence. And then Arnonoff suggested to draw Venezuela without a fence. And then Arnonoff would also like to know each player's favorite part of the game,
Of the session?
of this session.
my gosh.
Just making fun of Mishap. Like, of course. Like, being able, like, the fact that Mishap rolled exactly what Mishap shouldn't have rolled is just, that brings me such joy. Like, I don't care that I was knocked down for 2 rounds of combat. I care that I got to make all these dumb jokes.
Yeah, that sounds like you.
I told you, I took banter as it's all part of it.
I don't know. I'm torn between summoning 12 bubble golems and driving a truck as a creature that looks like a 6-year-old.
Yeah, I mean, this was an eventful session. That's pretty great. Oh yeah, just rolling through there and being like, yeah, I just convinced him. That was also pretty dope.
that was like really.
That was really
fantastic.
good, but like,
I think-
having a
fun of
plus
Chris
30
is
is
pretty good.
That plus 30 was kind of amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just being like, nah, no rockets.
I actually,
None rockets, please.
as much as my character does not enjoy it, like I enjoy the fact that you did such a powerful thing, but there was the major negative consequence that now I feel like story-wise we have to deal with, because we're friends, but at the same time that is something that I'm very not
in
okay
terms
with.
of like me being team leader,
And,
that's a huge setback.
Right, and so
It's the personal setback.
right.
and-
It's
yeah.
interesting to
Oh,
think
it's
about
setbacks
how
I mean,
I
basically.
as a like
yes.
Guys,
my
she
character
draws
would
a huge
generally
setback.
I just my character
is
generally
what
would
you
want to
are.
be like
Right.
it's okay, we'll work through it, but
But at the
she's
same
doing
time,
that
there's a loss
under
of trust.
guise
Oh, yeah.
like she's not
I mean,
real
you always
sure how
knew that I was
to-
capable of something like this,
Right.
but still.
right. And so I think that it will be interesting to see how that plays out. I'm curious to see if maybe Principle of Mastery starts showing up more, whereas overcoming challenges that someone else younger failed at doing, and she starts doing that, and whether that starts creating
you start stepping in and be like, no,
an
no.
issue between,
Yeah.
I'm gonna try not to kill a bunch of innocents.
Right.
You know, the thing you failed at doing.
right.
My favorite part was when I revealed to you that the conelings were the UN commandos that you had dropped off. That was my favorite thing.
Oh, the poor conelings.
I'm going to need to rebuild Scavenger Bot.
Yeah.
I definitely think I should start the next scene. Like, the next issue, I should be in the midst of rebuilding
Yeah.
them, so
Yeah.
it should take a
This is
while.
a very zen place. There's your meditation.
Yeah.
As you're building Scavenger Bot.
Basically, yes.
You know, for what it's worth, I don't think that my character cares that you killed a bunch of civilians.
Right. Like, we're just
Thanks.
You're just a bunch of aliens. Like,
That's great.
It's fine, probably, or whatever.
I feel like don't worry, human life's not that valuable.
not that special.
Right.
It's
Is it-
really short.
Isn't that
There
good
are
of a...
billions and
Right.
billions of you.
Right.
Why do we care?
Right.
It's fine.
Right, anything else from the chat, or any of you, questions-wise? Or?
I think we're good.
All right, sounds good.
It was Dr. Excusio?
Exusio.
Excusio.
Yep.
Can we get a spelling on that?
Lucas's bonus.
I believe it is
That was another good moment.
EXOUSIO.
The Artist Under Pressure bonus from Lucas. That was
Got it.
my other favorite moment.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
Nice.
nice. All right, see everybody next Wednesday at 1.
1 p.m. Central.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More explosions.
Farewell, thanks for watching.
Yeah, what will go wrong next?
Right.
I'm excited to see who's going to
We'll go
roll.
around next.
Who's
It's
in
a
line
pretty
to
good
roll a major twist?
It's me.
It's
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
There we
definitely
go.
Yep.
It's definitely you.
What will problems break next time on?
That was so delightful that happened 3 sessions in a row.
Yeah.
I genuinely think we need to like make that happen every single issue. Like every
very
single issue is a cold open of something going wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Like, just throw stuff at us until.
That's just how it works for us.
Cool.
We're bad at being heroes.
We're just live. I'm just waiting for Koala.
We're very bad at being heroes.
Koalas.